Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is LFL 2021 Day Finale Misfits against KC, and we are in the bands. I'm joined here by Solari. Boom!
Wow, that was quick. Yes, hello, welcome. We are at the finals, and there is no time to explain anything. We're jumping straight into bans and picks because there is no time to waste today. We have the grand finals. Misfits Premier playing against K-Cop, and we have all the bans almost already here, and we have something interesting from the bans from K-Cop actually, because we see Lee Sin and Xinjiao being banned. And Lee Sin is actually the champion which usually gets picked one of the first.
It is, and probably that's the reason why it's going to be banned as well.
Exactly.
Also, Thrash joining the bans, meaning that there will be no support OP option for any of the teams. So let's see what those teams are going to come up with, because the semi-finals, was the time for everybody to go innovative with their picks and matchups, let's say.
And we have Affiliates. That's not exactly innovative, but that's something that for sure works. And we know that Light and Affiliates is a very dangerous combination. We have two more picks coming from K-Cops, rather quick ones. We have Viego for probably mid lane, I would say for now, but we are yet to see an Ezreal for bot lane to answer Affiliates. I wouldn't say it's exactly the best matchup for Affiliates, but depending on the support, it can actually work pretty well. Just thanks to the mobility mostly.
In the semi-finals, Warlight was popping off on that Affiliates despite the fact that he had to face Ezreal on a few occasions. So that didn't matter that much, but yes, it relies and strongly relies on the fact what support will be picked for him and rather against him as well. In the meantime, Orianna is the pick here for Misfits, getting the mid lane strong, heavy fighting composition. And they're doing something that they have done in the previous series, in the semi-finals, going with heavy team fighting comp that will provide them a lot of sustainability in those team fights.
Yes, but I have a feeling that K-Corp will go for the same exact composition, the same exact idea in their head, and we have Silas picked for K-Corp. That's rather interesting. That's rather unusual, I would say, compared to whatever we've seen recently.
He's a very strong mid laner, and that's a good way to take the shockwave in your own hands as well.
Yeah.
So it seems like KC might indeed go for the thing you're saying, going for the same team fighting composition that they would like to have, the same as Misfits would have right now. Also, Camille, the ban against aggressive, nothing really to be surprised here about, because he's extremely confident on that champion. We have learned this yesterday as well.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like Renekton or Jace banned for the top lane as well from either of the teams actually, because Cabochard would love to take that Jace if he's available. Leona joins the bans, so neither Thresh nor Leona are available anymore. That means that for K-Corp that's Nautilus probably, or Set.
Nautilus, Brom, Set, maybe also Alistar is the way to go as well.
Yes, true. Probably Alistar actually. That's a more reliable champion in this situation.
I suppose again it depends on what they're going to go with. The last ban is going to be Volibear, something that actually baffles me here a little bit. I can't say that I remember a lot of Volibear from Misfits Premier, but we'll have to see what's the plan here for KC as the last ban for Misfits. I would say Jace would be the most obvious one.
I agree actually. That's something I would expect to see from them, but they are yet to surprise us if they decide to. And they did! Seraphine.
Well, we have seen Seiken play Seraphine.
Yeah.
And
rather
both Certus and Seiken actually, I think.
Actually, yeah.
So that might have been a problem, especially with the young core, and that could ruin the team composition for Misfits quite heavily here. But Trundle.
Oh,
Hello.
That's interesting. No, that is really going into the team fight composition so far. Again, I need to see the support to be sure. I always depend on the support.
But it is definitely looking like that, and especially trying to control the board with the strong early game presence with Trondor as well. Something that's going to help them try to fight for those early objectives. But we're yet to see what Schlatten is about to play. He doesn't have a lot of those pretty much standard options, so there's some things he could try to go rather with.
Graves.
you are. Are you able to see the future?
Um, Sometimes, but that's not the case. That's just, we know that Schlatten loves to play Graves. He has been loving to play Graves. Actually, in the previous years LFL, we've seen him pick it quite often, and in this season, I think a few times for sure. I think he picked him too.
That might be true. Not exactly sure about that,
Ooh.
but it might be true. And Tam Kench is going to be the support pick. No, not Shaco. Definitely not Shaco. I wouldn't. I will not believe this.
Plot twist: Trundle is a support. Trundle is a support.
Trundle's a support then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's actually that strong presence on the bot lane that you expect from him, but it's more precisely on the bot lane.
Oh. Yeah. So
Now,
this is going to be rather.
that's a very interesting pick actually versus Aphelios and Rakon. That's very tanky, very controlling pick.
And Viego is apparently going top lane. It's
Yes.
a Viego for cover shots, not Johnny top.
And Sejuani is going to the jungle. No, Sejuani
yeah.
goes top. I approve of this change. I really love seeing Sejuani on top lane. It's a very underestimated pick.
We've seen Wonder in LEC doing quite a lot of wonders.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry for that pun, but
Yeah, it's okay.
a lot of very interesting plays were happening with that on the hand. So, you know, there's a few different possibilities for them to play this out, but I feel like this team composition from KC is just a little bit way too creative, maybe.
I have
But
a
it
good
could,
I have a good feeling about it though, to be honest. I feel like yes, it's more creative, it's a little bit more unusual versus what we've seen so far, but it has just so much raw power potential, tankiness and raw power that will be just thrown versus Misfits, and honestly I have a good feeling about K-Corp's pick.
I think I'm going to agree with you on that one. There's a lot of poke, there's a lot of good team fighting as well. There's a lot of ultimates you can steal as Silas, because of course with the
Yeah.
ability to have quickness, you can have the shockwave,
The
you can have pretty much
shockwave.
everything.
The shockwave will be absolutely a kill for Misfits.
Definitely, yes, because they might have a moment when they will be stacked up, especially with a lot of champions that need to be in a relative close range. So that might play the trick here for KC.
Yes, just
suppose-
imagine the shockwave, and then Sejuani goes in, and then Trundle goes in,
Yeah,
and
that
you can
seems to
do
be like
you can pretty much do nothing versus it again, unless you have a lot of. I'm thinking Sonya's stopwatches, but not everybody.
Well, you can't have stopwatches forever. We're about
Yes.
to see, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
we are heading
Ixmalti
into
looking
some-
good today. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but look at Ixmalti.
He is grown a beard and a mustache.
It's just him.
And some horns, apparently.
Why not?
Oh, absolutely, why not? But, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to welcome you on the Summoner's Rift, the first of the game of Best of 5 series, Misfits against KC. The arch nemeses are about to collide yet again. Who's going to be the one on top and win LFL Championship? We are about to find out, as both of the teams are going to start the game. And it looks like Graves is not going to be the one leashed, but Viego will have a leash.
Yes, that will allow you to clear the jungle a little bit quicker than Graves, but Graves doesn't need that very early push that much, I would say. He is pretty capable of clearing everything by himself. Plus,
Pretty much so.
I think he wants to give Aggressivo a better start at this moment. To boost him a little bit, to let him be on the lane as early as possible and try to dominate it from the very beginning, which is actually what he's pretty much doing right now.
The trading's coming in back and forth. Saken, of course, is going to struggle just a little bit in the early stages of the game against a ranged champion and will receive some of a good poke. But once he hit his level 6 and once the game starts to slowly snowball, it's going to be just a little bit more harder for Certus to catch up with things around the map. And of course, the big question that I have is the trundle on the bots. I'm still not entirely concerned. I see the way how's this supposed to play out.
I think I do. I am very curious to see how it actually turns out, but that is just imagine a normal Trundle jungle coming into bot lane for a gank, but he's just always staying on the bot lane, so always ready to throw whatever he has to the enemy.
I mean, Jackstraw has meanings to disengage from the fight, while Woolite doesn't. So that means that he is precisely the one in the particular danger zone over here.
He's going to be the main target, basically, of any aggression from K-Corp. He should be, which that's absolutely normal because he's the AD carry, and we know that Woolite, same as Xmati actually, if either of them is allowed to, gain some muscles in the game, meaning farm without being killed at the early stages and maybe even get some kills, they will be unstoppable. Schlaran on the mid lane in the meantime, just throwing some stuff at Seiken.
Just throwing some stuff and Seiken. Jackstraw might be the one actually here in a bit of a trouble. A little bit of an exchange from Tagamas. The mid lane is slowly moving there. Woolite takes some damage from Ezreal. That's an immobilization. That's a first blood actually from Misfits, as Certus has to flash away from the mid lane presence. But again, beautifully played by Jackstraw and displayed how to use the charm from Rakan without having the charm itself.
That's nicely said. I like it. There were 2 summoner spells actually burned from both sides. I believe that's only 2 of them. Yeah, some heals from Woolite because Jackstraw actually was pretty close there to ending his poor life.
Also a flash burn from Xmati, although I haven't registered when did it happen precisely, but it did happen.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Tagamas has an exhaust in his hands this time.
Yes, he does. Something that probably is going to help him quite a lot in fighting against Woolite.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the amount of damage that he can produce. Also, with Graves in the hand, something that can one-shot, potentially at least somebody. There's not a lot of people to one-shot in this game, but still.
Oh,
that's a very interesting one-on-one punch here from the supports.
Slightly pointless, but it looks interesting, to say the least.
In the meantime, we're 5 minutes into the game. Misfits have taken the first blood and slowly taken some of the early stage advantage here in their hands. So they are almost 1,000 gold in the lead as we continue to go in this game. And it seems like despite the leash, Schlarten was able to keep up with the farm from Viego. And I haven't seen a lot of plays from him just yet though as well. So the Syncroft might be interested to start to move somewhere around the map as the first Drake is already also spawned. It's going to be the Cloud Drake, and both of the teams are going to be quite interested to see that one. In the meantime, here's action. Quickness onto Certus because level 6 from Seiken, but Certus has some movement speed. Flash from Tagamas, very aggressive one, but here comes Schlarten with his damage as well. Tagamas almost dead, Seiken as well, but Viego is now to join the party as well, and both of the teams are just about to disengage maybe. Seiken goes for the heal and gets out immediately from the fight. Seems like nobody really wants to take a chunk, but Certus now the one to hit level 6 as well, so he has Shockwave available for him, and it's going to be a big use for him in the next fight if it's about to happen. Now Syncroft might be the one getting caught here. Abyssal Maw gets away with his W, and that means the fight is going to be just reset it.
It was a very good opening actually for K-Corp. In the meantime, by the way, yes, Schlaran is starting that beautiful first Drake of the game, but as you mentioned, Certus didn't have level 6 by the time that fight was happening on the mid lane. So that was a very good opening for K-Corp to try to kill him, or at least somebody. Syncroft will try to steal the Drake, but will he actually do? Yes, he will!
And getting the Heartbreaker now. He's onto Schlarten with some good damage, but Jackstraw is here to help him just a little bit as Misfits retreat with their tail because the Drake has been just stolen under their nose.
That was... I don't even know how to call it, but that was beautiful to say the least. I liked it.
That was indeed a bold call and really good reactions coming here from Syncroft, not even burning his flash in the process. It's pretty much admirable if you ask me.
Yes, I agree with you. That is a very good. Oh, and here comes the ultimate, not really hitting much, but Woolite doesn't have.
Now Jackal
Okay.
going on to Tagamas, a lot of damage despite the exhaust, but he's not dead yet. Here comes the Ignite as well. In the meantime, Xmati firing up, trying to do the damage as much as he can. Will Light now, the one getting in trouble. Here comes a heal. That means he will still be able to keep up with the lane, and I suppose Misfits really need to retreat on that one because they don't want to fight that the gold digger of an Ezreal. I'm not even sure how to call him.
I wouldn't call him exactly that. That doesn't sound nice. But he absolutely had to retreat, yes, because right now Misfits don't have much vision in the lower parts of the map, on the bot side of the map. So in case Syncroft was a little bit closer to the bot lane, he could have just come there and finished his teammates killing. I'm sorry, I got distracted because there is actually Herald started in the meantime, but we might see some fight here next to the top lane.
But it just seems so that Aggressive is here just to outpush the upcoming push from the K Corp. That's the rest of Team Misfits is already stacking up on that Herald. Herald is about to die and it's going to go to Misfits, but the question is the fight about to begin? And it doesn't really seem so for now, but Sakin might be trying to catch somebody right now on his own. Certus with his Shockwave available, but not going to go for anybody just yet. And it seems like both of the teams are going to reset without really doing a lot of harm and just taking the Herald in their hands.
I think, as we see it pretty often happening in the best of 5 series, both teams are just, testing each other in sort of ways, trying to understand what they should expect this time. That's why we don't see much of an action happening. But you can see both of them trying to bite a little bit each other here and there, from that side, maybe from another one, just, trying the ground a little bit.
Yes, absolutely indeed. In the meantime, Misfits have established a little bit of a goal lead of themselves. They are 1,000 in the lead, but it is an answer who is the one actually with the lead, or is it everybody across the map? It seems only Certus is now the person to fall behind just a little bit, as everybody else seems to be on point with what is happening. In the meantime, bot lane is having a little bit of a struggle because Xmati has hit his level 6 while Warlight is still sitting on the 6th level, while Xmati has hit his level 7th. I'm sorry. A little bit of a confusion. Certus might be in trouble here right now. Here comes a shockwave from Saken, another one from Certus, and he flashes away. Not going to make it out as Syncroft picks up the kill, takes the reset, and happily gets out of the lane. In the meantime, Tagamas might be here in the one caught, and it is a solo kill for the Misfits jungler. Maybe there's going to be a continuation of the fight. Xmati might be now in trouble, but he's way too deep to chase him down, so we're just gonna leave those turret plates to Warlight.
Turret plates, and it seems that the turret might actually fall this time. That is gonna be the first turret of the game if it does fall. Another wave of the minions is here, so yes, Wulai decides to stay here and finish whatever he has started on this bot lane. That was beautifully...
He actually punished for that thought. Saken now using his teleport. He's already here. Jacktroll is not here, however. Wulai, you're on your own and get punished for your greediness. Saken picks up the kill with the teleport as KC slowly bounce themselves back into the game.
I wonder if Jack Troll decided to stay for longer in the bot lane if he could have saved his ADC, because Targamas was still not present on the bot lane that time. And actually, while we're thinking about that, we have 32 seconds before the next Drake. It's gonna be a Mountain Drake, which leaves us with pretty nice soul situation. Oh, we have a fight on the mid lane in the meantime, but no, Jack Troll just jumps away, but he jumps back
quickness,
in.
Double flash, and that's a quickness from Saken as well. Now Jack Troll might be the one in trouble. Here comes Syncroft, and here comes Aggressivo as well. The Crocodile is here to start the fight. Well, like now, the one to join the fight as well. And it just seems so that both of the teams are going to punch each other for some more priority on that Mountain Drake. Here comes Certus. He has the Shockwave available while there's no any stolen ultimates. Now Syncroft the one onto a press. Schlatten takes quite a bit of damage. Skixmatic going in more for Jack Troll and takes quite a chunk of him as well. And now KC are the ones to start the Drake. Are they going to take it, though? That's the big question. If the Misfits are going to fight for it, but no, they're just going to silently retreat and recognize the, let's say, lost fight.
That is a lost fight indeed. Schlaren had the smite on the hand, so there was a possibility to try and steal it, but never mind, because Aggressivo seems to be in a trouble here.
He
But he
might
doesn't
be.
think so.
Glacial Prison still there. No, Tagama's just takes his attention elsewhere as the Herald gets popped in the mid lane.
And he's gonna take some nice third place. Oh yes, gold to the 3 members of Misfits Premier, and we have actually a nice gold difference now. It's 2,000 this time. 3,000.
Almost 3 actually. Yes.
Excuse my math skills.
It's absolutely okay. First mythic is getting picked up. It's going to be the Kraken Slayer for Woolite, and that's a very wise choice considering there's a lot of chunky champions on the enemy team, and KC seems to be the one falling behind this time around. This early game is not really working as good as it might have worked for them. They still have a lot of opportunities to bounce back, as they do have 2 dragons on their behind their belts. Let's say it's 3 minutes and 50 seconds until the Infernal Drake is about to spawn. It's going to be an Infernal Soul.
Yes. There is the second mythic item this time for Seiken, but to be honest, speaking about the difference between the teams, it doesn't feel that big. We are already almost 14 minutes into the game, and the gold difference is not that critical yet. The kill difference is non-existent, and all the drakes are actually, as you mentioned, are with K-Corp, so I wouldn't say that K-Corp are exactly that much in a losing position right now. They still have all the chances to get back if they want to, but so do Misfits Premier.
So do Misfits Premier. They have the early advantage. Now they have to press it and try to successfully fight for those objectives, the ones that they are lacking right now. The red buff is going to get happily donated. Maybe Kabashat is going to go and try for Steward, but he was way too occupied with the control ward standing in the bush.
We have an interesting vote, actually. I think.
Hold that thought.
Yes.
Sure, might be the one here caught by Syncroft. The fight's about to continue. To Garmus with the cone. Getting a lot of knockups, but not going a lot in there. Glacial Prison going on to Jackdaw. He's now with one in trouble. Matty goes away from the shockwave, and the fight may or may not continue. Seiken now joins the fight as well. He's here for the trap onto Schlatten. Takes a lot of damage. He's trying to get away, but he will here. That's the biggest question. He's running. Charming from Jackdaw is about to save them in the collateral damage. Means now Syncroft, the one has to run. He's getting away on literally 1 HP.
Oh, that's one lucky man. We've seen him do it before, and yet again he just escapes the inevitable.
And just props to Jackdaw going in there, saving Schlatten on the very last second. Otherwise, Schlatten would have been dead. And here comes the goal difference we've been talking about. The only person on KC's team to be at least in somewhat of a lead is Seiken.
Yes. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. Oh.
Bless you.
Thank you very much. Actually,
as you sneezed, Schlatten might be caught in here.
Oh yes.
There's no prison, but there's the Everfrost. Schlatten takes a lot of damage and control. Here comes quickness. That means Schlatten's probably about to go down. Yes, he does, and so does Jackdaw. That's a double kill for KC as they continue onto the oppression. Woolite now be the one chased. Trishal Barrage is going rather wide. He has to flash over the wall to try to get away from his chasers. That's a stand landed onto Woolite. You cannot run forever, my friend, as the rest of KC are going to chase him down and pick up another kill for themselves and possibly a herald for that.
Oh yes. And that is now 2-5 in favor of K-Corp. Everything suddenly changed. Now we have a completely different picture of the map. It seems like they're not going to take the Herald immediately though, but we have a Drake coming up in just 40 seconds from now, and they will definitely want to pick this precious piece.
And if they do so, it's going to be a third Drake for them, which means that's a soul point, something that Misfits would be very unhappy to see, because it would mean that there's only one more Drake, and they would receive, or their enemy team will receive, the Infernal Soul, something that will cause a lot of problems to Misfits, as they have a lot of, let's say, glass cannons on their team. They have Oriana, they have Graves, somebody who cannot really withstand a lot of damage.
Yes, and Aphelios also. Don't forget about this one.
Well, Jack Troll in one way or the other as well, because yes, he has some resistance, some sustainability and stuff like that, but still in the meantime, the fight is about to begin. That's a very good shot barrage, going to force Schlatten away. Here comes a lot of quicknesses and the dominus. In the meantime, Seiken, the one getting caught in a little bit of a misposition. Here comes a very good shockwave and took up a shot. He's going to get picked up by Misfits, and that's an Infernal Drake, as Misfits are not about to stop. They're about to chase their opponents just a little bit more. Schlatten with a very aggressive forward flash. The blast cone is getting used, but somebody is about to get stunned one way or the other, and it's going to be Xmati, and the kill goes this time to Aggressive. Misfits are now the ones to rotate the picture.
Oh yes, and we have 5-5 now, and it might still change because the fight is not over yet. Misfits are trying to fish for some more kills, but it's only 2 figures remaining on the map for K-Corp, and they don't want to be eaten as well. But yes, that's an interesting change of tides all of a sudden. Now Misfits have a Drake, now Misfits have 5 kills as well as K-Corp. Now they have a very nice goal to lead. I will let you.
Oh, Schlatzen might be now the one in trouble. He was spotted in the ward, the one he didn't clear. Now Seiken, the one on the chase. Everfrost is going to miss, but the stun won the second ward as well, and that means there's no more Schlatzen and no more Herald for Misfits might as well.
Yes, Syncroft is taking the Herald for his team. Misfits are a little bit too far to try and stop this. That is a quick change yet again.
Yes, it seems like the tension around the map is building up more and more. Aggressive is here to maybe go for the fight, but that's a numbers disadvantage for Misfits Premier, and they do not really want to take that fight. They will leave their Herald alone. The Herald will be taken by KC. They will take it very happily and maybe try to get a good use of it on the mid lane or some different lanes across the map, as they are losing in terms of towers by 3.
That is actually a pretty big difference, considering that I think at least 2 towers were taken by Misfits Premier while they still had the turret plates.
Oh, in the meantime, Glacial Prison on 2 Warlight, and he's nowhere to be found anymore. That's an exhaustion to Schlatzen. Jackdrill trying to find for some more kills, but he has to disengage. Certus teleports himself back in. Syncroft will get away damaged, but not killed, as KC will happily take that kill and get away.
There is just so much power in the both teams, and the moments when... Oh, that was pretty close for Aggressivo to catch, actually. Right there. Poor Tagamas. And, oh, did he steal the buff? I missed this point.
Yes, he did. He just walked in there and said, "Is that your buff?" Yeah, I'm gonna take it. You can't really do anything about it.
Thanks for the buff, mate.
Thanks for the leash. Appreciate that.
Yeah, actually fun fact, because our French colleagues were showing the results of a vote a little bit earlier, and 67, if I'm not mistaken, % of the viewers think that K-Corp are going to win this fight. Do you agree with them?
We will have to wait and see, as Misfits, the ones to show some amazing performance yesterday in the semi-finals against Vitality B. They were extremely good at split-second decisions, something that KC are also quite good at, and we'll have to stick just a little bit longer to see who's going to be the better team in this terms, because I have a feeling those split-second decisions might be the ones to decide the outcomes of the games.
Pretty much so, considering which teams we're talking about. Both are very fast learners. I think I've seen more of that actually on this, changing the strategy on the go from Misfits rather than from K-Corp. But both of them are good at understanding what their enemy wants and how to play around it.
Absolutely agree. We'll have to wait and see though what will be the outcome again, because it's a best of 5. There's a lot of space of try to work here, as we are slowly going into the mid stage of the game. It's no, not really slowly, we are in the mid stage of the game, as it's 22 almost minutes. Misfits are leading with 3,000 in their pocket, but they're about to lose the first tower on the bot side of the map, and maybe even a mid tower as well.
Yeah, that Herald would definitely like to chomp that tower, and we might see a fight here on the mid lane.
We'll begin oh! Misfits with some inhuman reactions, taking that Herald before he takes a bash onto that turret. That means there will be no lane priority for K Corp, and they will have to fight for the dragon that's about to spawn in 20 seconds.
Exactly, and they need that Drake. Again, that's gonna be their third Drake, and they need to fight for it, and the fight is starting actually now.
Moonlight Vigil gonna find quite a lot of targets. Now Jackshaw going onto Cabochard. Cabochard is stuck in there, taking a lot of damage. He might get picked up, and he will be. As Jackshaw also has to disengage from the fight, as he was chunked quite nicely in here as well. Aggressivo going on to Seiken, but he will get charmed with the quickness. Here comes the Dominus. In the meantime, the fight is about to brawl in every single point of the map. Syncrop now the one with the resets. That means there's a lot of potential popping off in here. Ariana is down. Now it's the Misfits that have to run from the Dragon Pit, as they have lost the fight and even lost the Drake.
Yes, it seems so. It was not the best beginning of the fight for KC, mostly because Cabochard was not caught in the best position on the map. But later on, Seiken just going in and then going into... I think he has a stopwatch in his hands, and he went into Golden State, and then... And then
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
That's
and then it was just, you know, killing whatever you see, which is beautiful.
You do not just get Biego opportunity to reset himself, and you can see it, and we'll see here that pretty clearly, that yes, they take away Cabochard, it's brilliant, then Aggressivo goes into Seiken, but Seiken with the quickness, those ultimates that we've been talking about, now it's the time to pay it off, as Seiken was getting in, and going with the Everfrost, stunning everybody as much as he can, and here comes the resets from Syncroft.
Yes.
He's picking the first kill, and he's not going to pick up the second one, but still, that was rather of a good fight for them.
Yes, that was more than enough already for him and for the team. Very nicely done from K-Corp team, and now the goal difference actually is not that big anymore, especially considering the fact we are pretty
Again!
close, but no.
Just
Tagaris
second more.
is lucky. He is usually the one to get caught in the jungle, but is Syncroft going to try something? No.
You can see also the total damage here done by both AD carries, and you can see that's why Schlatzen picked up Graves. A lot of that. Ooh, in the meantime, okay, hold that thought, I say for myself. Maybe not. By any means. You can see why Schlatzen have picked it up, because you can see that both Aphelios and Schlatzen have dealt the same amount of damage in overall every fight that have occurred, to 12,000, while the only person to deal as much damage as both of them on the team of KC is X-Marty.
Yep, that's why he picks that champion to the jungle, just because of the pure power that can be unleashed from Graves.
In the meantime, there's no neutral objective except the Baron to fight for, but it doesn't really seem like teams are about to fight for Baron just now. The Drake is about to spawn in 2 minutes and 50 seconds, which means there's a lot of space to work with, but we might see some kind of a fight here in the mid lane. KC are stacking up quite nicely. They're pushing it in, and they're trying to get the tower down as much as they can, but Misfits holding their ground and pushing KC away. Somebody has to do a mistake, and the fight is about to begin, but I feel like nobody's going to initiate the fight for themselves.
No, doesn't seem like it's too early to initiate the fight by yourselves. The Misfits are now in the Baron pit, looking very suspiciously there, but K-Corp no, and they are going there. Misfits are starting the Baron. Oh, that's very bold.
Seiken has the teleport. He has it, he can use it, on the wards in the Baron pit. In the meantime, KC are already here, they're sucking up Aggressivo. He's not exactly in the greatest shapes of him anymore. And they're just going to back up from the Baron. They cannot take that without the being noticed from KC.
No, that's way too bold for Misfits to just go and take the Baron like that at that exact moment, because K-Corp no, and even though it was only 4 of them, they were ready to scare Misfits away. But we are getting closer to the Drake. It's less than a minute and a half before it. For sure, K-Corp need to get that beautiful, beautiful tower on the mid lane, because they need advantage when they go for the Drake, because they need to take it, and as soon as they have the Infernal Soul in their hands, they can just win the game. It will be a winning condition for them, especially if afterwards they manage to get the Baron.
the other hand, Misfits are practically forced to fight Misfits because if you don't, they will take that Drake and they will rip through your team without any kind of a problem. So it feels like this is going to be the crucial moment of the game as both of the teams are going to pull the trigger. Aggressive, though, with the 15th level, so is Cabochard. 6 levels ahead over Jacktroll. Just quite notable, honestly.
Yeah, damn, that's a very big difference. That's a big crocodile.
That's a very big and scary crocodile. In the meantime, KC slowly stacking on the Dragon Bit, so are Misfits. One of them do have to pull the trigger, and seems like it's going to be KC. They're going in with a good stun onto Aggressivo, but nothing is about to happen just yet. The fight for Walt's about to continue, and it seems like KC are now on the winning side. Seiken gets the quickness in his hands. That means he has the meanings to go in, use the Everfrost, and then use the Zhonya's. Synchro trying to catch somebody with his stun, but not able to do this just yet. Aggressivo is able to be stunned by Cabochard, but nothing is about to happen. In the meantime, the Drake is getting spawned and getting started by KC. They know they can do that. They are in the better position. They might get sandwiched here, though, because of Jacktroll trying to find a good charm, and he goes 3-man charm, 4-man charm, actually. It's a very good position for them, but KC are managing to turn this around because there was no kills picked up just yet. In the meantime, Ula trying to fire away. He gets few good kills, but the fight's about to continue just yet. The Killer Croc is still alive, but not for long, as Certus has to flash away in order not to get picked up, as KC take the win of the fight in their hands and take the Infernal Soul with them as well.
Very well deserved Infernal Soul, I have to say. There was a beautiful fight. There was a very good focus from Misfits Premier on Ixmari. They almost managed to kill him, but the fact that he managed to stay alive, and afterwards, even though he had no HP, he still was able to deal a lot of damage to Misfits, and I think he even got some kills into his own pocket.
You can see that Misfits have brought down almost 2 members of KC because they have spotted Jacktroll, and you can see Ixmati getting away, takes a lot of damage, not just dead just yet. And Cabochard was the one almost to get killed, but eventually got killed. Seiken here as well, and got picked up as well. Tagama's the one, so that was Tagama's the one to escape on the slither of his HP. It just seemed like Misfits needed just a little bit more than they had. Just a bit more damage, and they might have won this fight.
Yeah, I think that's where the team composition of K-Corp is starting to pay off, because that was a very good initiation from Misfits Premier, a beautifully executed one, but it was just a little bit not enough, and that little bit is something that K-Corp do have and Misfits do not.
Misfits now the one into oppression. Aurelia getting used, but no initiation just yet. I'm thinking about if somebody's going to pull the trigger. Cabochard has the teleport, so does Seiken. Misfits are trying to be the one on the chase. And the ward, okay, and the teleport comes in. Cabochard is here, the Killer Croc is coming, but here comes Clash of Prison, and the shockwave onto Certus. Certus is almost dead. He is dead indeed. Now Misfits, they have to run from KC because they have picked up the kill, and there's no more shockwave for them available. Now Seiken, the one maybe to try and find some good kills in the process. Syncroft with the Heartbreaker, but no continuation as Aggressive gets away from the fight, and KC are going to boldly start the Baron. They know they can do that. They know they want and they can go for that fight, but Woolite has the Moonlight Vigil, means he can try to go for some kind of a damage. Collateral damage is no use. Here comes Moonlight Vigil, but KC are the one to pull the trigger first, and they are taking those kills as much as they can, despite Schlatten actually taking quite a lot of damage. KC might be the one now that needs to run. They are extremely low. Everybody is extremely low as they're backing away, and the Baron was stopped by Misfits.
I don't even know how to call it, to be honest. It was just so much action at the same time happening around that Baron Pit. I'm sorry.
You can see here that despite the fact that KC were the one to pull the trigger, Woolite had an opportunity to do so much damage, and then Schlatten with all of those autos and the shotgun and the Qs just almost taking everybody else. Just imagine what would have happened if he had the collateral damage.
Oh, a massacre would have happened, but didn't happen. Ixmari actually also deals a lot of damage, and I think I would like to see the damage table now, but I think his damage is still bigger than the one coming from Woolite and from Schlatten.
Most likely. In the meantime, Glacial Prison going on to Certus yet again. He's not gonna get picked off, but he will be. Traded. Let's say that his stun was traded for the tower.
That's a nice trade, if you were to ask me.
Seems so.
Yeah, we have some tension actually now, because now for K-Corp, the road to Baron is almost open. They have no tower from Misfits Premier on the top or on the mid lane, which means they are in a very dominant position on the map right now. They have 16 kills versus 9 from Misfits Premier right now, and they are in a very small but in a gold lead. Actually, it's 400. And okay, they started the Baron, and there is no vision for Misfits Premier. They have to know what K-Corp are, but they cannot confirm nor deny it.
And that will be the inevitable fall of Baron Nashor. As it seems so that Misfits now need to take the defensive position, otherwise they will get stunned upon. Not only the Baron power play has been summoned upon Misfits, let's say, but Schlatten, you're doing a very aggressive thing over here. Tinkroff with the Guardian Angel, though. He tries to get away with the Heartbreaker, takes a lot of damage. Schlatten almost manages to pick him up, but the Guardian Angel's here to restart him up, and without even the collateral damage, you cannot get away, and cannot get away Warlight as well, and with such damage from Xmati, this trap from Misfits just turns out such a disaster, as Inferno Drake is about to spawn in just about a minute, and Misfits are not capable of doing anything against it.
Oh no, that was a mistake from them. They underestimated how many people would come this way. They were only counting for Syncroft, and somehow I feel they were not counting for the Guardian Angel that he has, because it gave him a lot of time, and it gave a lot of time for K-Corp to come and help him. And Misfits were punished for their mistake, and they're getting punished now because the inhibitor is going down on the mid lane. Yes, it is.
Not only an inhibitor, but also another turret. And maybe even one more, as the Drake is about to spawn in 30 seconds.
Yes, K-Corp are going to retreat, and probably they're going to go towards that Elder Drake just to take it and to finish the game with it, because right now they absolutely can do it.
They have 1.5 more minutes on their Baron. That means they will be a little bit beefed going into the fight with the Eldra, and as Misfits are having troubles with trying to outpush everything that is coming in their way, the armies of the minions just pouring in, and KC are now with the chase. That's a Glacial Prison onto Aggressivo, not Certus this time, thanks to Body Block, but it's not going to decide much. Nobody's getting killed just yet, but somebody will. Aggressivo goes actually on the Elder Drake. Misfits are the ones starting it, as KC, they're looking at disbelief as Adractro the one to start the fight, but he's getting instantly deleted. And so is Strondo in the meantime, aggressive with the fight with Seiken. Nobody's just dying just yet, but KC with the clean up. They will take a lot of people. They will take the Elder, they will take Aggressivo, and they will end the game in a brutal fashion after an extremely bold call from Misfits.
That is a very, very well-deserved win for K-Corp. Congratulations with the first win of the day to them. That was a very nice game. A lot of fights, a lot of tension everywhere. A bit of roller coaster, but that's something that we really love. And to be honest, I can't wait to see what is going to happen in the next games, because this one was a clash.
Oh yes. The arch nemesis are about to stand up in front of Misfits yet again as they take the first win of this best of 5 series. Ladies and gentlemen, do not go far away. We're about to come back with the second game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's KC against Misfits Premier, the second game of the best of 5 series. KC have taken the first win. We are in the bounce.
Hey, hold your horses, hold your horses. Okay, we have the second game right now. K-Corp won the previous one in an absolutely brutal fashion. We're about to see if they will manage to establish their dominance and continue on the momentum, or if Misfits Premier will be able to overthrow them and tell them, no, hey, it was just, a learning step for us. Now we know what you're capable of, and now we're going to win you. We'll see. We'll see. We have the bounce already, and no more affiliates available for Woolite this time. which is an interesting step. But Lee Sin is available, which means Cabochard will probably lock this champion now because we know how Lee Sin is. Either picked or get immediately.
Might be actually picked for Schlatten as well. Depends on what KC are looking to go, what they're looking for over here. But no, yes, you were indeed right. Lee Sin's getting insta-locked by KC.
Yeah.
But that means Viego is available for Misfits.
Oh yes, absolutely. They probably will try to get him. And Varus, I was actually just going to say that now Bulite doesn't have Aphelios, so he will probably go for Xayah or Varus, more likely. And indeed, Varus is what we have. A champion who feels extremely powerful on the bot lane right now. And you are right too. Viego is joining the fray.
Joining the fray, he is indeed one of the strongest junglers, actually. So that's a bit of a question of what KC I want to go for here. Lee Sin is not exactly that much popular anymore on the lanes, but we have seen him to be played on mid yesterday. And KC decided, you know, if it works, just don't touch it. Ezreal's the one to go into the fight. And is it actually going to be Aurelion Sol forsaken?
I hope not. No, it's oh, that's a very nice pick. A little bit tricky because it's the first pick into the mid lane, but still a good one.
Not a lot of things that can work around Victor, though. I wouldn't be exactly positive of taking Orianna in it.
It could work, but she would struggle. I'm thinking about something like Lucian, maybe?
But you only have an AD carry. LeBlanc for Certus.
Okay.
We haven't looked at the bans properly. LeBlanc is available.
Oh, yes. I love this. Certus with Leblanc. Yes, yes. That is going to be a very interesting mid lane.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't really care about the rest of the pick. Misfits are actually the ones to ban out Rakan.
Because they have Leona available, probably, and they want to take her and they don't want to leave Rakan to Keiko because it's still a very powerful support pick.
And Tagamas really knows how to play it as well.
Oh,
so
yes.
does Jackjo. But Tagamas is also pretty skillful on that.
Oh, yes.
But you still have bans, so that maybe there is going to be... Well, for Jackjo, it seems like, especially in this split, he was more happy to run Alistar instead of Leona, so maybe they're looking for Alistar-Varus combination, because they are banning out Braum as well. So they're just taking away those supports that can help Ezreal to withstand the poke, while KC are targeting Aggressivo.
Yes, indeed, but no, they go with Leona. I was right. No, if they wanted to block out good supports for Xmari, they would have banned Leona more likely than Braum. I have a feeling that it would be more likely than Braum. Tagamas knows how to play Braum, but when it comes to, you know, just how well the champion stands with Ezreal, Leona is just a better option.
But you haven't banned the Bard, which is something that Tagamas knows his ways around.
Yeah.
And that might prove to be actually a very hard nut to crack for Misfits. But they do have a lot of poke on the lane, so Bart might not be the best of the choices.
No,
and yes, they lock in Alistar.
Yeah, that's kind of an obvious choice. I would say he provides the heal that Ezreal will most probably need on this lane. With the Varus, you will need some additional healing, and that is Graves. No, they're not going to be. No, of course not. They're just playing with Misfits at this point.
Mordekaiser, though, a very powerful champion to stay solo lane, will get.
Oh.
Okay. Oh yes. We have seen Aggressivo yesterday in the semi-finals on Aurelia. They didn't win the match, but his Aurelia was just fantastic. I want to see this matchup. Lock it in. Oh.
No. It's good. It's a very good pick too. Actually,
but it's a better pick than Aurelia, actually.
It's a better pick than I understand how much you want to see her, but that's just a better pick into the top lane in this composition. Right now, K-Corp have a lot of damage on their hands, But looking at Misfits Premier, a good engage from them, and they will just overpower K-Corp. And K-Corp don't have a very good opportunity to stand against incoming damage. They need to be the ones to initiate in this setup. Because what happens if somebody flies into them? Just imagine Woolite stunning everybody, Jackdaw stunning everybody, and then Certus flying in, ready to kill whatever he sees. What do K-Corp have to stop this massacre?
Well, the only thing they have to. Well, no, they do have some means to try to disengage from the fight, because you've got things like the knockup from Alistar, you've got the paranoia, you've got the stun from Victor, you've got the dragon kick from Lee Sin. There are some ways of trying to disengage from the fight, but the matter of the question is, yes, you do have means to disengage, but there's a lot of means for Misfits to engage and bring a lot of damage to the table, because Varus has an opportunity to poke, and he will poke very bad. So will Jace. So will LeBlanc. There are heavy poking composition.
Yeah, but also if you look at this setup from the other way around, K-Corp have a lot of good opportunities to engage the fight. Like all the things that you have mentioned are very good engage tools as well. But if K-Corp are the ones to engage, the tools that Misfits Premier have on their side to disengage and to stop the fight and to survive that fight, I feel that they are better than those that K-Corp have. What do you think?
Can you elaborate?
I have a feeling that with the ultimates and just with the setup that Misfits have, they are more likely to withstand an incoming damage and incoming aggression from K-Corp rather than K-Corp if Misfits decide to jump into them. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because I'm getting lost with my words.
I am, and I'm trying to think about how many do they have. Well, they have the stun. They have a route from Certus, but it's not exactly the disengage to. Well, they have the Chains of Corruption and the Solar Flare, that's true, and the knock back from aggressor. So yes, there are tools, but I just think that Misfits' composition shines with the fact that their greatest defense is strong and decisive offense. If they go and control their target, any target that they pick, even if it's going to be a chunky target, they will rip him off in no time. And I feel like this might be the strongest part of their composition, that they can do whatever they want with the target that they pick.
That works for both teams, I think. Both teams need to be offensive. Both teams need to play from their aggression. Otherwise, whoever does not get the early lead, I feel like they would be in the losing position.
Well, by any means, we are about to find out, because, ladies and gentlemen, with a little bit of a delay, I welcome you to the Summoner's Rift, as we're headed into the second game of Misfits against KC, and we will see who will prevail in the best of 5 series. For now, the first win went to KC, not Misfits. So we'll see how things turn out this time around.
Yes, question is, how many games will we see today? Will K-Corp try to go for an easy win in all the games, or will Misfits be able to fight them back? Because looking at the composition, Misfits are really determined to fight back, but K-Corp, they just have so much damage also on their hands, and Ixmati scares me. I hope it's not offensive in any way, because I don't mean it, but he really does scare me on the Summoner's Rift, because the amount of damage that this man can provide is
insane. It's pretty much insane.
Yes, exactly.
Although now he has a very bad arch nemesis looking for him as well, because as much as he's mobile, Certus is mobile as well, and he can try to catch Ixmati. So this is a bit of, I think this is going to be just a little bit of going back and forth from both of the teams. It just feels to me, in the meantime, Ixmati gets away from Jackdaw quite nicely. Tagama's now the one on the offensive. Jackdaw gets a lot of poke in his face. In the meantime, Woolite, though, safely farms himself up just a little bit more. But coming back to my previous thought, yes, I just think it's going to be the game of back and forth. like we're going to have fights and fights and fights and fights and fights until somebody will, prevail in the decisive fight. At the very least, that's how those team compositions impress me at this exact moment.
Yes, exactly. That's again something that I think is going to happen, that both teams will need to fight and then they will use all the opportunities to fight, because now they have already had their first game. They have a better understanding of each other. They sort of got used to each other by now. So they will use any opportunity they have to fight, simply because their team compositions cannot survive if they are not fighting, if they are not being as offensive and aggressive as possible.
That is absolutely true. In the meantime, the Scuttle War was won by Misfits, both of the Scuttles getting secured by Schlatten. He is slightly in the lead in terms of camps, but not that much of a significant one, and the gold seems to be dead even at this moment. 15 seconds until the next Drake is going to spawn. It's going to be the first Drake, and it's going to be the Mountain Drake, the one that we will have on Summoner's Rift, so it's a bit of, ooh, okay, Tagama's just going, get out of my face, my friend. Just go,
Yeah.
please go.
Well, Jack Troll was getting a little bit annoying, I can imagine. Sinker from the mid lane trying to catch Certus in the meantime, actually. Though Schlatten is here to provide help if needed. Might be needed. No, not really.
Feel like it.
Certus is a grown-up man who can take care of his own mid lane, apparently.
It feels like it's so. In the meantime, teleport being burnt on the top means Shot won't be able to join the fight for the Drake in case the fight is about to escalate. The teleports for mid lanes are still available, and Gressival decides to hold on for his, so that he will be able to join in case he will be summoned upon.
Look at the vote, though. The vote has changed quite a lot. It is now 73% of current viewers who think that K-Cop will win this game. I understand them because of the previous game, to be honest.
I do as well, and I think Certus has accidentally used his teleport because he was at the lane already, and he used it. But it doesn't really matter right now. Woolite might be the one to get caught in here. He's stunned, he's damaged, he's ignited, he's killed. That's first blood for Ixmati, as just a minute of hesitation, or a second rather, and it is enough for KC to capitalize on what they've got. Now they are on the chase onto Certus. Certus might be in trouble, but I feel like he's the one looking for some kills right now. Goes onto Tagamas. Good damage onto him, but he has to get away, otherwise he will get stunned. Jacktro's here, so is Schlatten. Now Certus looking onto Tinkroff. That's a good stun onto him. Still holding on for it, but here comes the stun and the flush out. Paranoia getting used to try and get away, but Schlatten is in his face. The fight is about to escalate even more. Chaos Storm is going to pick up at least somebody. That's an exchange of the kills. In the meantime, Tagamas has to flush away from Jacktro, otherwise he's going to get caught. Ixmati, another one. And maybe join the fight, take some kills. Jack Scholl taking quite a lot of damage. Woolite not able to save his friend just yet, but here comes Certus. Ixmati will be taken away because he was a little bit way too aggressive. In the meantime, Aggressivo might be in a bit of a trouble, but Covershot takes a lot of damage from the minions. He has to back away. And nothing is about to happen on the top lane, as a lot have happened on the bot.
A lot exactly happened. That was a lot. That was a very, very good initiation from Tagamas actually on the bot lane that started the whole thing. Certus trying to get a kill. Certus
might be in... No.
No. He survives. Yet again. But yeah, that fight in the bot lane in Dragon Pit, of which we now have replay, has actually extended the lifespan of this poor dragon.
And you can see here how long did Tinkroff manage to survive here. Goes back in with the re-engage, and here comes Tagamas with a brilliant knock-up, but it doesn't save Tinkroff, and just as not Misfits, but KC are about to disengage, here comes Ixmati going, okay, I see a easy kill, and I'm going to go and take it. And the rest of Misfits say, no you don't. Put that back. It's not yours to claim.
No, don't touch our support. It's our support. He stays alive. Yeah, that was a little bit too greedy from Ixmati. He really wanted to go for that quote-unquote easy kill. Didn't really work out well, to say the least.
And now LeBlanc has 2 kills.
Oh, she's getting dangerous.
She is indeed. Syncroft might be going on to aggressive, but aggressive one with the aggressive flash and the knock-up as well. Here comes Schlatten with the Heartbreaker onto Syncroft. Takes a lot of damage, but not just yet dead, but he will be! Here comes the reset. Aggressivo now going on to cover shot. Schlatten has to disengage because he tanks quite a lot of power of those shots from the turret. And the fight is about to escape just a little bit more. Cover shot is very low. He decides to stay in the lane just a little bit more. In the meantime, the Herald is getting started. I'm wondering if we will see something more happening or not. Shaken. Okay, Tagama's now on the offensive, and they dragon kick aggressive away. He's stuck under the tower. He's taken thanks to Tagamas, and now KC might re-engage into the fight. The Herald will be dropped by Misfits, and now maybe even started by KC. Not yet.
Not yet, but that is an interesting turn of events. And I have to say that Tagamas is playing absolutely brilliant in this game. Just the knockups that this man is providing on and on and on, again and again, they are just brilliant. The way they managed to lock aggressive on the top lane under the tower without letting poor man just any means of escape at all, that was brilliantly done.
Oh, you have to give props to Kubashar for the dragon kick as well.
Absolutely.
So I think it was flash behind the back and then dragon kick. But yeah, you're quite right in that.
Yeah, but I'm not only speaking about the fight on the top lane, I'm also thinking about
Yeah.
more stuff that happened before, like for example catching Woolite on the bot lane a little bit earlier.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. His Alistair is something that the legends will sing about, let's put it this way. In the meantime, we're 10 minutes into the game. The gold is dead even. Objectives are dead even. Kills are dead even. It seems like everything is dead even in this game.
Everything is even, but everything is not dead at all. There is a lot of tension. Both teams are looking constantly for the ways to jump in and do a lot of damage, because they both can. But nothing major is happening yet, as the Drake still stands alive while Misfits bot lane is taking their way towards the mid lane.
Will be rooted. He will be stunned by the. Oh my God! Finds the not the knocker but the roots, and despite the fact that he was stopped by Tagamas and Seiken, Jackcho, you're a living legend.
Oh yes, that was a very long jump, but a very beautiful one.
Shosha Barash will find Certus, but will not kill him just yet.
That was still a lot of damage, to be honest. Pretty dangerous for Certus, but no, he lives, he backs safely and gets his first mythic item. And I think, yes, it seems that it's the first mythic item of the game, obviously. 2 kills on that beautiful LeBlanc. The Herald has been started but dropped.
Oh, Paranoia onto Jace. Cover shot onto him as well. And despite all the effort, he's going to get picked up. And now Schlatzen might be the one in trouble despite the presence of the rest of the team. When it comes to teleport from Certus, the fight is about to begin just now. Tagama's getting stuck in here, getting popped, getting killed. Cover shot has to get away. Will picks up the kill for himself. And now Misfits are the one to take the game in their hands. So they have taken the situation there, have traded the kills, and they can start their arrow because of that.
Yes, and they will do it actually quite safely, because only Seiken could come in and try to stop anything, but I don't think he's going to go for it. Misfits are securing the Herald. They can actually go and take the Drake as well if they desire to. The question is, where will they decide to pop that Herald? Do you have an idea? Because I think I might have some.
I have a feeling all the money will be done into Varus. For some reason, this seems to be the most, let's say...
you're lagging a little bit. Can you repeat?
The best idea.
Can you repeat?
I think
because
I'm getting some internet connectivity issues.
Yeah, I think so. And
Yep,
we have
I have noticed.
in
In the
meantime.
meantime, we have a fight. And Schlatten has to flash away in order not to die. Somebody got golden, I think it's Jackdaw. Yes, indeed. Cover shot now onto the chase, onto Certus. But he's not just dead because of the dragon kick and gets away. So does Schlatten, actually. So the only person they have lost in the fight was Jackdaw. And what did I miss?
Absolutely nothing, actually. You jumped back in right in the very right moment. Congratulations, I guess.
Thank you. What do I get?
But
Absolutely nothing, I suppose.
yes. You know the rules of the game by now. That's very good. But you were saying that all the money on Misfit site will be popped on Varus, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, I think it will be funneled into Varus because it seems like Varus will be the key points, especially because of those Q powered up arrows. And now we can see the gold differences as well. And KC are quite heavily in the lead in terms of bot lane and top lane. Well, not quite heavily, but they are in the lead.
Yes, but there is actually a Drake coming now for Misfits. The first Drake. Ooh, that was
Scary,
interesting.
to say
Yeah,
the
that
least.
was scary to say the least. But yes, the first Drake has been killed. The next one is going to be the Infernal one. Let's see who manages to take it. In the meantime, the Herald is actually, yeah, it is still with Schladen, so some time to decide where to pop it, but it might be top lane that time. Top lane or mid lane potentially. Sergius actually could also benefit from some money thrown into him. And we have the first tower of the game actually. Xmari takes the tower on the bot lane.
Yes, he does. A lot of money going onto Xmati as well. Gonna pick up his Divine Sunderer, which will provide him with even more damage, especially onto Leona, Schlatten, and Aggressivo. Well, not to talk about everybody else on the map. And it just seems so that Misfits are slowly losing the grasp on the game, despite the fact how well they were able to trade. They are falling behind in terms of gold. 1,000 to be precise, and they are not keeping up with the objectives that well in terms of towers. They are keeping up rather good in terms of neutral objectives.
Well, one tower difference is not too big. I would say they still have Hurlet on their hands, remember, so most likely they have a chance to get even here. Oh, Sergius jumping in.
Onto Tagamas, but Certus is the one getting caught. Here comes Schlatten with the re-engage paranoia onto Certus. He's now the one in trouble, but Schlatten's trying to help him. The solar flare going rather wide. Certus has to disengage Woolite with some damage. In the meantime, Aggressivo bringing the damage to the table, taking up the first kill, and Tagamas might be taken up as well. Kabashat now re-engaged into the fight with Seiken, and something is about to happen. Jackstraw will be picked up, but that's a double kill for Schlatten as he's now on the chase onto Seiken. You will not go far away, Victor, says Schlatten. Takes the kill, takes the reset, takes the triple. And the Herald is most likely to be popped either on top or mid.
And he takes the ace, I think. I didn't exactly see when Synchro got up, but I think that was an ace. The moment he took Victor, I would like to see the replay.
I have a feeling you might be right here. So you can see that Varus and Xmati were having a little bit of a showdown. One he was quite heavily losing. And then Kabashard re-engaged right with Tagamas. Again, brilliant knock-up, and all the kicks and damages produced by Kabashard gives him the gold. But yes, you are correct. That was maybe that. Is it official ace? Is it official ace? It is an official ace. Yes.
Yes. Poor Syncroft was still dead when Seiken joined him. That was absolutely beautifully executed by Misfits Premier. A very well-deserved ace, a very nice triple kill for Schlatten. He now has 400 gold on his head as a reward. Kabashart jumping in and out a little bit. KC are looking for an opportunity to do something, but there is just no good opening on this bot lane just yet.
Not just yet. Aggressivo has his teleport available, so that means he will jump in the action if he needs to. If it's going to happen on some other sides of the map, Certus has the teleport as well, as the only person on KC side is Seiken to have the teleport. Now Schlatten will get spotted because of that sonic wave. 1 minute, a little bit more than 1 minute is left until the Infernal Drake is about to spawn, and one of the teams are going to be looking to try and take it.
Misfits are already starting to clear the area around the Dragon Pit, actually. Just, taking the Scuttle Crab, clearing the wards if they manage to find any. So yes, they're absolutely preparing for the Drake. They want to take it. Drag Troll Doesn't want to be killed by Synchro, but it's not happening.
Oh, aggressive flash on the
Oh!
wall goes onto Xmati, but Xmati jukes it, but it doesn't matter. Misfits find a good opportunity for themselves to take the kill, and they might even take Drake for that, but they decide to re-engage just before they do that. Not re-engage, reset, I'm sorry.
I have a feeling it's a little bit of both in this situation, but K-Corp are going for that Herald, going for that immediately. That's a teleport from Sodas onto the mid lane, but will Misfits be on time for the Herald? It doesn't seem so, because he's going down quite quickly actually. And we have 10 seconds before the Drake actually in the meantime, so that could be a good place to go.
Seems like Misfits are eager to bring the fight to KC. They are here, despite the fact that the Herald has been taken and everybody's stacked there. And now maybe slowly the attention is about to shift towards the bot side of the map, because yes, indeed, you are correct. The dragon is up, and something has to be done about that.
For example, the tower on the mid lane can go down, which is what Misfits are doing right now, also trying to fish for Xmati a little bit, so just taking some damage from the turret, quite a lot actually, but the turret is down, so I guess it was worth it, and now they can go not very safely but confidently towards the Drake, and they have already started it, and it seems they're taking it because K-Corp are nowhere to be seen around it.
It is completely true. It's going to be the second Drake for them, and True Shot Barrage is not going to find anybody at all, as the bot tower about to fall as an exchange of the top. Thank you very much. This is about to fall as an exchange of the objectives, and it just seems so like now we're heading again into a slow reset of the map, but would like to point out the fact that now Misfits are taking the gold lead on KC with 1,500 gold.
Yes, it doesn't sound like much, but that is actually the first time from the beginning that they have the gold lead, but I might be mistaken here. I would like to check it after the game when we have the graphics for the gold.
I feel like you actually might be even correct. I feel like you are correct, and the gold lead like actually extended onto 2000s already.
Not to be surprised. There is a nice lead of everything for Misfits Premier at the moment, except maybe for the creep stat for the bot lane, because Xmati is in a pretty nice lead versus Woolite.
Yeah, Paranoia onto Jace. Jace has to flash away almost immediately in order not to get caught. That's a teleport from Kabashard, but immediately gets stopped because of Jack Shaw, and Solar Flare onto him. He's already dead, while everybody was busy trying to kill Shalata. And Misfits with a split-second reaction, taking the kill in their hands.
Yes.
Oh, Xmati might be actually...
No. Close, but he's not joining. He's not joining anybody. That was nicely done. A very, very nice and very timely control by Jack Troll onto that teleport from Cabo Shard.
And now the teleport's being burned. That means there is no pressure leverage that you had before. Only Seiken now has the teleport, as Aggressivo sits the teleport of his own. Top turret is almost destroyed, and it seems like Seiken is trying to be the warden for that one, but it might not be just enough. So just trying to get it. He will get it eventually. Yeah. As the gold lead continues to extend for Misfits, and we are sitting at the potential of Ocean Soul in the game, as it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds until the next Drake is about to spawn.
Oh yes, and don't forget that we have Nashor already on the map, so if any other teams decides to suddenly go for it, there is a very open option. Not even worded that much yet.
Well, there's a lot of control wars present on the map, of the top side of the map from KC, but not that close to the Baron Pit, that's for sure. So, they will eventually, I guess, spot at least somebody. But for now on, it just seems like this is experience. But from now on, it just feels like KC need to wait for the right opportunity to go into Misfits, because Misfits were able to find absolutely beautiful answers to every single way of KC trying to initiate of the fight. The paranoia teleport combination gets stopped. Basically everything else gets stopped.
Yeah, that's, I think, something I mentioned before the beginning of the game, but yes, KC need to fish for a good opportunity to jump in to make sure that Misfits Premier will not have at least some disengage options available in hand, while Misfits can just jump in whenever they want.
And they are doing exactly that, taking control over the board with no problems. 1 minute until the next Drake is about to spawn. The mid turret may be actually about to fall, but no, thanks to True Shot Barrage, it will not. And teams is just slowly looking to try to establish some more control around the map. Misfits, they just need to continue to push. Slowly but steadily, they're making their way towards the enemy nexus. So you just need to keep up with what are you doing. Poke your opponent down, wear your opponent down. Do not let them even think about going in and trying to go for a fight.
That is exactly what Misfits are doing. Right now they have 25 seconds before the Drake spawns. They are ready to go into that direction, but they're also ready to jump into the Baron should they need so, because they have been researching both paths, both opportunities so far. Ready to catch K-Cop here a little bit? No, not just yet, but very close to it. There's a lot of tension on this side of the map right now. Oh, and here we go.
It seems like, alright, so that was a missed opportunity from Kabashat onto Walleye, but he will not get taken away. Yes, he will be taken away eventually, but there's a lot of resources brought into that, and Misfits are now punishing KC for the amount of resources that they have wasted on Walleye. Yes, it was a shutdown, but for what cost? The Dragon is about to go down, the Schlatten is still alive. Yes, the True Shot Barrage is about to connect, but not going to do a lot of harm in the meantime. Seiken trying to steal the Dragon, but you will not do that just yet. The sole point for Misfits.
Oh yes, just one more Drake. One Drake away from getting the sweet, sweet soul. Ooh, Certus! No. Very close, but no, it's interesting because Misfits Premier have very good means in one-shotting someone like Xmati. And they try to use them, but it doesn't always work just because Ismati is a very jumpy champion, as we used to.
Xmati knows how to juke.
Yes, thank you.
And he jukes.
Yes, but I have to say actually that the priorities of K-Corp in terms of who to prioritize in Misfits Premier Team are a little bit questionable to me in this game. Because they have been putting a lot of attention to Aggressivo and Woolite in this game, while I have a feeling they could have focused more on Schlatten and Certus instead, because those two are the main threat to their main damage dealer, aka Seiken, Xmati, Synchro.
You might be correct on that one, and I will even emphasize on your point with the fact that what I am seeing right now is Misfits able to, never mind, Wallite now the one again in trouble, but Synchro has to go gold in order not to die in there. Schlatten re-engaged into the fight, but not be able to because he's getting stunned, and now KC are disengaging from the fight, not able to pick up anybody just yet, and they will go for the reset and deny the possible Baron for Misfits just now. But yes, again, that something that just happened is something that I wanted to emphasize my point, that it emphasizes on the point that I'm about to make, as it feels just like with the team composition that Misfits do have right now, they are able to find answers to whatever action KC are trying to do on the map. Whatever they find, whatever angle they find, whatever they're going for, Misfits just have the answer in their hands. They know how to react, and they know how to get what they want from every single fight.
Yes, that's not something that surprises me. That's something that I rather expected from such a team. But still, it's a little bit interesting to me how K-Corp are putting themselves on the map, how they're managing their... Again, I'm repeating myself, but how they're managing their priorities in terms of who to prioritize and what to do on the map in general. Because right now you can see they might have been making good decisions. Checking the
Trisha
Baron is a good
Barrage.
decision, but they're not enough all the time, and they are not timely. Oh,
That
paranoia.
might be true. Paranoia is in place, but nobody gets on just yet. The paranoia was just a pressure leverage, just to make Misfits retreat, used by Synchro just to gain some, at least, pressure on the map. And yes, I have to absolutely agree with you, because it's just for now, KC are heavily falling behind. They are 3,000 gold behind, 1 turret behind, and three dragons behind. Xmati!
Oh,
Blink and you'll miss it as the fight continues. In the meantime, Tagama's also the one to be in trouble. Jackstraw was punched away from the fight, but Syncroft is getting picked. So is Cabochard. Despite going golden, you will not survive just yet. Wallite survives the tower shot, but he will get picked up by Sagan. But that's an ace. Almost a clean one. In the meantime, Jackstraw was dead because of the turret as well. Misfits are taking even more control around the map and taking the Baron.
yes, the moment when you think they cannot take any more control on the map, Misfits just come in and say, "Excuse me, can you repeat that, please?"
I'm about to take that. I'm about to take that as well, and this little one too.
I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it.
I do like that combination of words. I love it. But we're about to see the replay of what have happened, and you can see this is exactly what we've been talking about. LeBlanc and Ezreal. Boom, boom, aye.
Boom! That must have hurt.
Must have heard indeed, and now Misfits know that they can pull the trigger. KC were not ready for such turn of the tidal wave, but in the meantime we might have a fight in the dragon pit. I will take your attention away because that's a sole point for Misfits, and they want to try to fight for that Ocean Drake as they have the Baron in their hands. In the meantime, Sagan doing some good damage into Jackstraw. Solar Flare not going to catch anybody. Sansa's just picking Cabochard away from the map. Despite the paranoia, KC have to run. Starting onto the engage. That the fight's about to continue. Starton has to get away, but Syncroft getting killed. Certes is on the rampage. He's taking everybody. Good damage coming from Aggressive as well. And now Certes further, not Certes, but Misfits for the cleanup. Tagamas is dead, and now only Saken and Xmati are the only people left to tell the tale. And Xmati's no more. Not Xmati, but Saken. Now Xmati's no more as well. That's a clean ace for Misfits and a Ocean soul for them as they're about to push the enemy base and lead the Buffs armies into the base of KC.
Oh yes, they still have more than a minute in their hands with the Baron buff, so I expect there will be an inhibitor on at least one of the lanes, but for now they decide not to continue on the mid lane though. But that was a very interesting fight, especially interesting because of the damage coming from that LeBlanc. I literally blink, as you say, and I miss someone's death just like that. That is just not funny anymore.
And KC, they just seem to be helpless at this point. They're not able to answer on anything that is happening on the map. They're not able to pick up anybody anymore. You can see that it was a clean ace for KC, and I don't even know how do you recover. Only Elder Drake is the only thing that might help you recover from that fight.
But will they be able to take it? Will they be able to withstand a fight with Misfits? Because that for sure is going to go down with a fight.
Oh, they can sneak it away.
True, but will Misfits allow them to do so? They are pretty good at establishing control and vision around the objectives before they go in and take them.
Speaking about control, 11,000 gold deficit for KC. Ocean Soul and 10 more seconds of Baron buffed minions from Misfits as they continue to pour into the enemy base. And now the siege is about to get started. The first turret is getting slowly pushed. KC are trying to get some minions away. Tagama's already quite damaged because of Certus. He runs away, and because he's almost dead actually. And now the mid is the one to get pressured. It's halfway HP for that turret, and it's just siege everywhere. The minions are slowly pouring more and more. Yes, there is no more Baron buff, but the minions are there, and the buffed Misfits with the Ocean Soul are there. A good Solar Flare and good poke onto Tsugama's. He has to go back to the base yet again to refill himself, and now Misfits are going just back and forth. Surta's going with a little bit of initiation of his own, not finding anybody just yet, but taking some good damage already. And Misfits are just going back and forth, bot mid, wearing the opponent down. 2 minutes. Oh, Seiken now the one has to go to refill himself. As tension is slowly building on the both sides of the map, and now let's do it simultaneously, say Misfits. Xmati's almost dead, bot lane is getting down, inhibitor is getting exposed, mid lane turret is also getting down, the first inhibitor is down, Certus now might be the one in trouble, Kabushar getting with a dragon kick, but not finding any kills just yet. Inhibitor is still standing, but will not stand for long, it's getting down just now, Kabushar. Maybe looking for an engage of his own, but not yet. 2 inhibitors are down, and it's 1 minute and less than 30 seconds until the next Baron is about to spawn.
Oh yes, interesting thing about this siege actually that we just saw. The moment it started, the Baron buff fell off of Misfits Premier. So they were doing this whole thing without the Baron buff on their hands, which makes it a little bit more interesting, and that is a Rabadon on Certus. Like, if the man didn't have enough damage, he looked at himself and he was like, no, I'm not at the top of the board, because Seiken is still actually on the top of the damage
Yes, that's
leaderboard.
something that I wanted to point out. Interestingly enough, he is doing his job extremely well as an assassin, but Xmati and Seiken are still in the lead. Oh my god! This is about to be a disaster. Here comes Paranoia onto Jace. The fighters are going, but Kabushar, not Kabushar, but Seiken and Synchroff are almost dead. The chase is about to continue. Jackdaw's still going on to him. In the meantime, Xmati is getting picked off. He will be dead. So will be Synchroff, and Sagamas may be aggressive with the aggressive flash forward. It takes the kill. Synchroff is still on the run, as so is Kabushar. They will be forced away from this point, and now Certus just teleports into the map, into the base rather, of KC as they recognize the window, and they might even take the game here. Nexus turrets are not going to stay for long here. Kabushard is forced away. The first Nexus turret is fallen, second one as well, and the Nexus is not about to hold off anymore, as KC are going to fall in the second game, and it's a tie, 1-1. Misfits have won.
Oh yes, in a very beautiful way they have won. That was an extremely interesting game, and I'm really looking forward to the next ones, because after what we've seen in the first 2 games today, I am just very excited for the next ones.
I am absolutely too. Ladies and gentlemen, stick with us, or we're going to see you in the third game of this best of 5 series, Misfits against KC. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third game, KC against Misfits. It's 1-1, it's a tie! Hi.
Yeah, hello, it's a little bit aggressive, to be honest, again, but what can I do? That's Brillman, ladies and gentlemen. That's how he casts the games from time to time, especially when he's super excited about them. And we are definitely excited about these games because, yes, as he just said, 1-1. Both teams are going toe-to-toe, and LeBlanc actually joins the bans this time because K-Cop do not want to see that one-shot queen anymore. But that leaves a lot of interesting options open. That leaves Diana open for Synchro, for example. That leaves all the ADCs open for both teams. So Varus, Aphelios, very open. Okay, Diana is not available.
No.
Lee Sin is very much open. Viego, who just got taken. Okay.
Going to be an insta pick, something that we see in most of the competitive games because it's
No, he's not gonna pick it. I have a feeling he's not gonna pick it, but that would be very interesting if he did.
Please do. I really want to see Jin. Are we going to see Jin? No.
Nah.
I'm disappointed.
A little bit, to be honest, but they're just more reliable, strong picks, and they just need
Oh
pure
yes,
power now.
please lock that in.
Yeah, that would be
Are we
interesting.
going to see the one-man army that we have seen in the spring? No way.
No, they're not serious.
No way.
No. Ooh. Okay, that's better.
Misfits, what are you doing with me?
They are playing tricks right now. I kind of like it, to be honest.
It's mind games.
Yeah, it's usually Seiken to
Oh.
play this, but yeah, that's an obvious choice. Whoever takes one of the two of these champions just leaves the other one open for another team. That was
And
weird. Okay. Yeah, Rakan, obviously. Targamas on Rakan, that's something I really want to see because he's very good with this champion.
he is indeed, although Jack Troll was doing wonders without Leona in the previous game, so you do not really want to leave Leona open in case we will go into the banning. But what do you pick right now? You have the top. No, it's not. It might be top. It might be jungle. That's the thing with Viego. It's always a flex pick. You never really know for sure. Syndra is going to get locked for Misfits, so I would expect Victor ban just right out of the gate.
Yes, that would be very expected. And Seiken deals a lot of damage on his Victor, so that would be a good ban. Plus, I believe Syndra does not have very easy time against this champion on the mid lane.
No, she doesn't, and precisely with the fact that she doesn't really have a lot of dashes nor escapes, it seems like to be a good option to just go and ban him if you have an opportunity. Twisted Fate is going to be the one banned Forsaken, as Misfits are trying to deny any possibility of roaming to KC, with especially with the Destiny from Twisted Fate, meaning that it will get loads of different opportunities to go there and roam. Camille for Aggressivo, nothing to be very surprised about.
Yeah, that's still an extremely strong champion at the current state of the game. So yes, it's pretty obvious that K-Corp do not want to let Aggressivo take her to the top side, though it leaves Jace open yet again for him. Renekton as well, Aatrox that we just saw and we're hoping for him to be picked.
And something that I am interested to see what's going to be the last ban. It's going to be Oriana instead of Victor, so it just seems like maybe Misfits Premier do have some kind of a different plan in their minds. Maybe Certus is confident with going against Victor.
Maybe.
Might be the thing too. In the earlier stages of the game, he might have even more damage, especially with good landed scat of the week. He will be able to get some good trades. And Cannon, of course, another ban against Aggressivo, as he is extremely comfortable with that champion.
Yeah. Mrs. Premier could be making K-Corp pick Victor, because they are very confident to stand against him this time, or they have a strategy in their minds how to play against this one.
It can be Syndra for Woolite as well.
They are taking Alistair for themselves. Oh, that's an interesting change. But still, we know Jack Troll is just good with basically whoever he picks from his pick. Aww. Ixmati, why are you so sad? Can I ask Riot Games to send me one of these poros? Maybe this specific one. I love them so much.
You can write to the LFL production team, and they maybe will be happy to lend or even gift you one. As Sawas is getting picked Forsaken, no Victor, despite the fact that he is open and available. So there might be a different approach from KC this time around. As we're looking for the last pick, it's probably going to be Jace, maybe not, Mundo.
Oh, Caboshot is going to go where he pleases.
Okay. What do you do with Mundo, though?
Nar or Jace or Aatrox? Could they?
Please do that. I beg you, please do that. I want to see Aatrox on. I want to see aggressive at Aatrox one more time. Yes, it will be.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a very interesting top lane, actually. Oh. But looking at the overall picks of the teams, what impression does it give to you?
We're gonna have a lot of fights. Now Woolite
Yeah.
was the one to run cleanse, not Xmati.
Yeah.
He was running cleanse in the previous game, and it just seems to me that this time around, this is not going to be even close an easy game for KC. I'm looking at Syndra, which is a confidence pick for Certus. I'm
Yeah.
looking at Aphelios. I'm
Oh
looking at
yeah.
Aatrox as well. We have seen Aggressivo to do wonders on Aatrox during the spring split. Are we going to see something like that yet again? This is the biggest question that I have.
I hope so, to be honest. But out of all the picks on Misfits Premier side, I think I'm most confident in the bot lane, simply because Woolite is feeling extremely well with Aphelios lately. It's just the champion that apparently suits his current playstyle, if I can say so. And I have high hopes for the bot lane, at least. But honestly, everywhere it's going to be very interesting. And the team fights are going to be very interesting, especially when the top laners join them.
There a lot of good ultimates for Silas to steal. I mean, yes, you have
True.
Unleashed Power, which is going to be a good way to maybe pick up somebody in case you're going to run in. Yes, you can take World's Ender as well, but well, if you're running tanky Silas, it might be a good thing. I feel like Misfits have played around. I'm not sure why Silas is there. That's the biggest clue, like the biggest thing for me. I'm not exactly sure why Silas was picked. Why no Victor?
Yeah, that's interesting because when Misfits had Oriana on the mid lane, Silas was a very obvious pick. And Oriana and Rakan, Misfits had two of those champions, and that was quite an obvious pick because K-Corp really wanted to use those two ultimates to their good. But right now, I'm trying to think what from Misfits Premier kit could be of such a great use to them on the same level as it was in the first game. And frankly, I'm not sure.
I mean, there's an Unbreakable Will from Alistair, so that might be the case.
But that's
But
not enough to justify that pick on the mid lane.
guess not. Maybe they're going for something tankier to try to protect Xmati and give him more options to go with the. In the meantime, we might get some. No, there's not going to be any exchanges. It's just going to be a slow trade, small trade between the teams. But yeah, like I just want to. I'm just trying to find what is this greater idea and purpose with which they have went like that.
I would not like to think that there is none. So, yes, I will keep my eye on Seiken to see what he has in his sleeve. But so far, I can't say I like this pick. Especially
Like that.
since Certus was the one to pick Syndra first for the mid lane. So Keiko pretty much knew what they were standing against, and they had quite a lot of opportunities open for them.
I mean, it might be the idea of let's just out tank our opponents and out heal our opponents, because with abilities to reset, Viego could be unkillable with the Doctor on the team, and with Silas, you can. I'm supposed to say the Doctor with American accent, otherwise everybody's gonna think about the blue box. I have a feeling.
Is that a bad
But
thing?
okay, true, but. And there's also a lot of sustain provided by Rakan and other champions in there as well. So it just feels like maybe KC are looking for long extended fights, as in the meantime, Schlatten actually might be the one to get beaten trouble over here. Resonating Strider Gamus with a good knock-up. Jacktroll is just about to join him. Ignite and him is also propped as well. That's a flash of a not over the wall bite Syncroft. Now Jacktroll might be the one caught in here. The damage onto him is getting popped. Syncroft is still here, and Lee Sin just says, okay, you stay in my jungle, and I'm going to go into yours. That Scatter the Weak onto
Certus!
Seiken might be a solo kill for Certus, but just not enough, as teams are just about to reset.
Interesting. That was a lot of action because you could see how far K Corp went into the Misfits Premier's territory, trying to get at least some kills. But nothing yet. We are still sitting without the first blood in the game. Surprising. Whoa!
Oh! Everybody just gets so lucky. In the meantime, look at top. Teleport from Certus. Kabasharp might be the one in trouble right now. Stays under the turret just yet. Scatter the weak. Not going to find him, but a lot of damage going to find him as Schlatten tanks just a little bit of that turret. And the first blood goes to Aggressive, but here comes Saken with Syncroft, and Kabasharp will be able to teleport in just 1 second. That's a ward for the teleport, and here we go. Saken, Syncroft over here. Schlatten is the one in trouble. Kabasharp here to join the fight. Scatter the weak, gonna find a lot of targets. Saken gets Schlatten, and here comes resets from Syncroft. Schlatten tried to go for the sudden pick of Saken, but it wasn't just enough, as that is a kill for KC mid laner.
Very good answer from K-Corp, actually. To that raid boss fight that happened on the top lane. Interesting enough, after the last game, most viewers still think that K-Corp are going to win.
Another teleport,
yes.
now from Aggressivo. And Ixmati recognizes the danger, flashes away almost immediately. Tagamas gets stuck just a little bit further in there. A lot of damage. Immobilization gets the kill with the Ignite. As the fight continues, Jackjaw might be the one in trouble now, but Ixmati way too low. No ways to go deeper this time around, and Misfits are on fire.
Oh yes, they are. It seems that they're trying to establish the early dominance as much as possible, and maybe to try to snowball from that point. That is turret plate for Woolite, and that is Saken getting caught or catching someone.
That's Scatter the weak, and here comes the Garments as well. Now it's fight Syncroft in the meantime. He's getting onto Aggressive. Aggressive is getting stuck now in there with a bit of a problem. That's a kill. Certus might be the one in trouble right now. That's a Q. No Scatter the weak just yet, and the stun is going to go rather wide because Certus now is in the safe zone.
Yes, but you have to notice that thing about K-Corp in this game. Actually, they are also very, very aggressive. And Misfits are already here.
Okay, Hex Flash, maybe onto Saken. Yes, that's a good knockup, and the Scatter the weak. But Sonic Wave, despite the fact it went white, is going to find the target. Syncroft now stuck with Woolite. Who's stuck with who? That's a big question. Woolite almost getting the solo kill onto Syncroft. The fight is about to continue slightly more. Not enough. That's a solo kill for Woolite. As Misfits looking to maybe establish some more kills around the map, or maybe not, as Ocean Drake is there, sitting and waiting to be taken.
Oh yes, there is a lot of fights happening, and we're just less than 7 minutes in the game. You have to admit, this game's pace feels very different from the previous ones, especially from the very first game. Both teams now have the taste of each other, and both teams are doing their absolute best because they're going equally now, and nobody frankly wants to lose this game, because whoever wins this one, they are just one step away from winning this.
Yeah, whoever wins that, they will go to the match point, which will only result in one more win, and you take the finals. Ladies and gentlemen, the stakes are the highest as it could have possibly been, because Misfits have lost to KC way too many times in the spring season. They weren't able to bring down the arch nemesis despite all the dominance they were able to establish. This time around, they had Vitality B to overcome, and they did that. So now only Arch Nemesis, only KC are the only team standing between them and the precious title, the LFL Championship, as we are 8 minutes into the game. Misfits establishing control with 1,500 gold lead.
Ooh.
And Ocean Drake still sitting there on the map as Herald is about to appear very soon as well.
That is already a very big goal difference considering we're so early in the game. That's interesting. You could really see the pace of the game this time is so fast. Everything happens all the time on the map. Nobody just stands on the lines just farming, except maybe for the bot lane. Recently they had their fights in the very beginning though, and yes, the Herald is up, the Drake is up. Nobody seems to take particular interest in them. Everybody's more interested in taking the kills and establishing dominance on the lines, but that might change now.
Splash, and now they're going on to Saken again, but there's some reinforcements now this time around. Saken though incredibly low. He's not gonna get killed just yet because of the niche power. Here comes Schlatzen. The KC are going to disengage from that fight because they have taken way too many damage, and now they're going towards the top side of the map. Then maybe they're looking on to play onto that Herald and Cabochard, but now they're going to take the Herald first.
Slightly more important and easier to approach at this moment. Cabochard has an easy access to the tower. Herald is just needed to continue building on the momentum of this gold lead that Misfits are possessing right now, because that's a very good start for them. That's a very nice trampoline jump that they took from the very beginning. Now they just need to keep pushing this, and I could honestly even from now see an easy win for them. But knowing K-Corp, I will not say it even though I just said it. Doesn't really work like that. Okay, still, knowing K-Corp, I'm pretty sure they can still reply to it, and reply to it very brutally. So I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen next.
I am absolutely in agreement with you, because you never know what KC have under their sleeve. And this time around, one thing that baffles me is how well is the map presence from Misfits. They have been everywhere, especially looking at Jack Troll, who was constantly everywhere he is needed to every single fight, not counting from the bots side jungle of Misfits on the earlier stages of the game, coming to every single fight happening on the mid lane. So it just seems to me that KC need to slightly higher up their pace if they want to keep up with the tempo that Misfits are starting to dictate to the game.
Yeah, absolutely agree, because Misfits will only continue to upbuild on whatever they have right now, and K-Corp will be in the position where they're just answering and trying to keep up with the pace. Unless they do something right now, it might be too late for them very soon to try and change this setup.
The Ocean Drake is about to be taken because Viego is nowhere to be found just yet. And it's going to be an easy one for Schlatten as well. Not even going to waste his smite on that one. Here comes Ocean Drake. And now Synchroff might be in trouble, actually, because Jack Cho is here. Schlatten might be looking for a way to engage, but the control ward is going to spot Jack Cho away. And Harold is not going to get popped on mid lane.
Not just yet. I feel like it's a little bit too early to pop it for Misfits. They are in the lead. They don't need any immediate action with the turret plates or anything. We have action on the
chain
bot
of corruptions
lane.
onto Warlight, but he cleanses it away almost immediately. In the meantime, the fight is about to begin. Unbreakable Will used by Jack Cho. Here comes Schlatten, though. He's joined in the fight as well. He's going to spot Synchro away. The Sonic Wave connects onto Xmati, but no engage long range one as well, not coming just yet, as it seems the attempt from KC was stopped there by the cleanse and also by the presence of Schlatten.
Very nice cleanse on ADC, I have to say. That's something that continues to save whoever takes it. I like this approach, though it leaves you with no heal on the bot lane. That's some control, but not going to be continued. So it leaves you with no heal on the bot lane, but considering that you have such a support with you as an Alistar who is actually supposed to be healing you, you should be able to survive pretty finely without it, unless there is a sudden gang happening. That's a Herald on the mid lane, and Synchroff might be caught, or Seiken, or Jack Troll, hard to say at this point.
But he pulls him away, and Seiken has to flash away from Aggressivo as he has joined the fight. The Herald is going to take a bash, and quite a good one. As Scatter the We're going to find quite a lot of targets. Another Sonic Wave connects the target, but nothing will come of it just yet. And there was a thought that I wanted to say, but I forgot about that. Oh, yes, I have remembered. How many gold drinkers do you see?
With my blind eyes, let me count. I see 1, I see 2, I see 3?
3?
Oh my god.
Isn't that a little bit a lot of gold drinkers?
Just a tiny little bit, yes.
In the meantime, we're almost 14 minutes into the game. The gold is continuing to establish into the favor of Misfits there, and with a 5,000 gold lead now, as they have taken the not just taken the turret, but they have taken the first Drake of the game, which was the Ocean Drake, and they're continuing to build up on their lead. The turret plating is about to fall soon, but Warlight is taking those turret plates as a he's just drilling those
Oh
plates
yes.
down.
Oh yes. He just comes in and says, "Hey, plates, buy plates." That's a lot of gold cup falling into his pocket, though. You have to be
A
careful.
lot
Ooh.
indeed. Synkrov might be caught in here. Just a little bit of exchange. I feel like nothing is just going to come out of it just yet. There's a lot of people stacking up on the mid lane. Might be another play onto Seiken. Yes, indeed. Jackdaw goes onto him. Seiken tries to heal himself up, but not going to do it just yet. So it's with another, but first kill for himself, but another one for Misfits as they're going to take the first tower in their hands as well.
Oh yes. Speaking about the focus of the teams this time, Misfits have a very
Hello. Hello, Sir Garmus, going just face to face to Jack Cho. Woolite is already here as well. Woolite Sijo is going to take Xmarty. Some good damage happening, but nothing out coming of it just yet. And Misfits are slowly establishing the control over the bot side jungle of KC.
Yes, even though it's still a minute before the next Drake, there is some very nice control there, but to be honest, Misfits feel in control all over the map. We're going to see the Herald popping up soon, actually, as well, so that's another objective that they need to keep their eye on, both of the teams, actually.
Actually,
yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm thinking about this. It's Dr. Mundo. With in the meantime, another glance and a flash away from Woolite just immediate. Jack Troll goes to the re-engage, but Synkrov is here to join the fun. But no fight is going to escalate just yet. Woolite escapes the chain of corruptions yet again. But that's a gore drinker on Dr. Mundo.
Yeah.
Just think about it. Gore drinker on Dr. Mundo. I don't exactly see... I'm trying to catch up with this, but I rather can't. In the meantime, Tagamas into Jackdaw, but that's a double knockup. Fight is about to escalate a little bit more. Synkrov is already here, but so Schlatten, no Schlatten, Berserker's quickness going into Jackdaw. He's still alive. Synkrov has to flash forward, but not going to find anybody just yet. But the arrow is going to pick him up, but here comes Schlatten. The Sonic Wave is about to connect. Scatter the Weak, and the Unleashed Power. Xmati's not yet dead, but he's almost. Tagamas has to flash away. That's a double kill for Xamati, as here comes the Doctor, and he will see you now, Woolite. With no means to escape, he will go down eventually, and Kabashot now the one needs to flash away. Schlatten is still here, Schlatten is still trying to fight. Aggressive picks up Xamati, and that's at least something they have taken out of this fight, but here comes Aggressive with the one-man army. Will he be able to step up for the team? He's going in for the fight, he's going for 1 against 4, he's still there, finds a good knock-up, not certain, but oh my god! For the cleanup, that's a double kill. Schlatten still trying to fight. He gets 1. That's a triple. Will he get a quadra? No! Mundo will see you now.
Oh, that was so much action. That was so stressful, to be honest. But so beautiful it played from both of the teams. I can't. No, I can't. That was just a beautiful fight.
It was indeed. We're going to see a replay of that, so you can see everything was taken away from Woolite, so he wasn't able to escape from anything as easy as he was before. Jackdaw was getting quite heavily damaged and taken away with this last arrow, despite the fact that he wanted to heal himself up with the passive. And then you can just see everybody flying in, teleports being jumped away just straight in there. Double kill as Certus gets down. Here comes Kabashard. Then Aggressive decides, okay, screw it, I'm going to join the fight as well. Maybe I can get some kills. Maybe I'm joining the fight. Maybe I'll join the fun. And then you can see KC just standing there a little bit more than they were supposed to. And that actually led to the fact that it wasn't exactly as favorable as it could have went for them.
Yes, and Aggressivo just comes here for the cleanup as he hopes. There was a lot of control on him. But luckily Schlatten was close by, and we are yet to see another action actually happening next to the Herald's pit, because both teams want this beautiful piece of Herald. Can we see it, please? Thank you.
Yes,
oh, good time.
Drexel might be a little bit of a trouble. Unbreakable Will getting stolen. And now Kabashot is here to join the fun as well. Schlatten almost getting him down, but Aggressive now the one getting caught. He's healing himself up, but he will do enough. No, it won't, as here comes the first reset. Schlatten's getting stuck, but the W will save him. Kabashot will not get stunned by Scott of the Week because of the passive, so he will have just a little bit more time. And despite the Harrow being taken by Misfits, they will lose 1 man in the process.
Was it worse though? I would say yes, because despite everything that's happening, they are still in a very nice gold lead. 2,900, if I'm not
Hold your
mistaken.
thought. So Gamus might be going
Yes.
in there. Cub shot, looking for some bongos to hit or ukuleles. I'm not exactly sure what one of those are. These. And the fight is not about to escalate.
No,
No, not just
no,
yet.
not just yet, exactly. But, as I was saying, Misfits Premier are still in the lead and they have increased the gap in gold between both teams. Which means whatever is happening on the map, despite all the effort from K-Corp, despite all the beautiful kills they have been taking, so far, it's not exactly paying off.
No, it doesn't. And now
Oh,
that's
Seiken.
Hexflash and Warlight onto Seiken. Yet again, the same play we've seen it hundreds of times, Seiken. But this time around, he's a little bit more tankier and a little bit more prepared for that, as he's not going to get picked just yet. He has to flash away, though, from that. And Woolite continues to oppress the top side turret. Tagamus is here to join the fun, but no fun is about to happen on top lane just yet. And Schlarzen might be looking for a play onto Kabashar. Going there, he might be stuck in there. Going into Kabashar, the Kabashar is still taking quite a lot of damage, but he is Mundo, he is able to do that. Woods Enter getting prop maximum dosage as well. The Doctor will see you now, or he will walk out of the appointment. That's also the way to do it, as the small skirmish is not going to lead up to anything but the trades of ultimates.
That's a nice trade still. I have to say that Mundo is getting very, very tanky and it looks scary, and that poor tower on the top also looks very scary, but it's going to live for a little bit longer. Congratulations, tower, I guess.
But the gold difference is now 4,000. KC
Oh my
are in
goodness.
the deficit, and it's 1 minute and 50 seconds until the next Drake is about to spawn. It's going to be an Inferno 1 and Inferno Soul.
Oh, again.
And
Nice.
yes, yet again, and it just seems very scary now for KC, and they have to make a
oh,
play.
oh.
Okay, Kabashar running into Schlarten, taking a Ukulele into the face. As Sonic Wave will connect, but nothing is about to happen just yet. Both teams are looking for some kind of a play, but no plays happening. And the turret on the bot is about to get picked up by Aggressivo. Some gold getting funneled here. And my question is, what is going to be the next oppression point for Misfits?
That's a good question, because one of the big objectives is already up and the next one is up in a minute. I have a feeling that Misfits do not want to wait for another minute on the map and they will go towards the Baron Pit now, which is what they are doing. Jack Troll is going to recall, but
Are going to be a one-on-one on the bots. We're not going to see it, but it might be. Shot using the maximum. No, didn't use the maximum dosage. He just forces Atrox away.
oh no, the tower on the top just died. Poor tower, we'll remember
Rip in
you.
pieces.
Sort of, I guess. Okay, never
By
mind.
any means, never mind. 35 seconds until Inferno Drake is about to spawn. It seems like Misfits are looking for that one because it's going to be a sore point for them, and a rather juicy and tasteful one, I might even say. Bot lane is getting slowly pushed and de-pushed. Here comes the Herald getting popped, and that's another Unbreakable Will stolen by Seiken, so the fight might escalate. It seems like for now, KC on a little bit of a more control, but the Herald is slowly making his way. Chains of Corruption getting well, and the charm onto Jack Troy. He's now the one getting caught and getting picked up as well, but the Moonlight Vigil is going to find quite a lot of targets. Going to come and teleport to Gamas. Yes, he picked up Jack Troy, but here comes Aggressivo with his own shot, and he has to go gold in order not to die, and the fight is about to escalate pretty much everywhere, as that is a shot down onto Lee Sin, and that's it, a disaster for Misfits as they have to run away, and KC are looking to take the Baron.
And they're going straight to it, and they are starting it already, and Misfits have absolutely no time to regroup and to do something about it if they want to stop the inevitable death of Baron Nashor. They are still in the gold lead though, but will it remain after the Baron is taken by K-Corp? They're going for the Drake though. That's an interesting option. They decided to just say, screw it, we're not going to win the fight in the Nashor speed anyway, but that Drake is what we need, because yes, now they're just one Drake away from the Infernal Soul, and with that one, they still have all the chances to win. But now, for 2.5 minutes, they need to do something about that Baron buff.
It seems so, though, that KC are slowly bouncing themselves up back into the game. Yes, the goal difference is there, but it's getting smaller and smaller. It's just 1,000 now. As we have even some shutdowns. It's on Dr. Munda and Viego respectively, and here comes the first pushing machines. Kabashar taking down the bot lane turret now, even tanking it with... I don't even think like he actually cares about that, as the mid lane turret is about to fall as well.
Yes, and no, Dr. Mundo does not care. He just goes where he pleases and takes the towers that he pleases. And that is the second turret on the mid lane that might actually fall now, and the second turret on the bot lane. So that is the siege. The siege is real. The goal difference is gone, actually. It is no more. It is actually no. Now K-Corp are in a little bit of an advantage, and they need to keep pushing this on this momentum, because that's a perfect moment for... Ooh, Capuchon.
Oh, the recall wasn't stopped there, as the mid turret
Yes.
is about to fall, but now Misfits are the one to oppress. Sagamas with the quickness gets Schlatzen, but here comes Jackstraw as well. He might get paid with his life, but he's still alive. No, gets away with the blast cone. Yes, he does. Now Aggressor is the one to fight in there. He gets stunned, he gets killed, but oh, lots of healing. But in the meantime, Kabashard laying absolute raiding hell onto Wallite and almost killing Certus in the process. He's there with the maximum dosage, and that seems to be again a little bit of a disaster for Misfits as KC continue their approach. Here comes the teleport from the base. Taken is about to join the fun as well, and the first turret is about to fall as the minion powered army is just slowly raiding into the enemy base. The inhibitors falling as well. Now Misfits are the one to try and stand up for the call. Kabashard looking maybe to try and push something in the bot lane as well, but here comes Schlarz, and he's on the oppressive. He goes on to fire with Kabashard, tries to get him as much as he can. That's the maximum dosage being popped, and Schlarzen is still on the chase, taking the one-on-one and winning it!
Whoa, Schlatan! That was beautiful. That was a revenge for the last time when he got killed by Mundo next to the Dragon Pit. At least it feels so, and that was a good revenge then. Tragama safely disengaging this little aggression from Aggressivo. The burn buff is going to wear off now. It is going to be no more, and we have a little bit more than 2 minutes before the next Drake, and that is going to be a very, very important Drake, and I think you know why.
Because it's going to be an important infernal soul for Misfits,
yes.
or a first Drake for KC. We're about yet to see, but it's just starting to feel personal. It just starts to feel that this is getting as personal as it might have been. Misfits are trying to take themselves towards the match point. Okay, in the meantime, Aggressive might be actually caught in here. He's going on against 2 members of KC. He's still holding his ground. He's still trying to go. He is still one-man army, fighting as much as he can. Gets lots of healing. He was surviving for as long as he could, but he will be taken down eventually as the bot tower for KC is falling as well.
But it takes 3 men to take Aggressivo down at this point. He is an unstoppable and almost unstoppable machine, and that is terrifying.
The amount of healing this man is doing is just broken, really.
Oh yes. 1 minute before the very, very important Drake. Both teams need to be very careful, and they are. Look at K-Corp already trying to establish some vision around the Dragon Pit. And Misfits, I feel like, will be slowly moving towards. Certis is on the top lane, but he has a teleport available for him. And Aggressivo now has a stopwatch. That's an interesting purchase for him, actually, considering how he's getting raid bossed all the time.
And now it's going to be even harder. Now Schlarzen might be caught in here. He doesn't even get the blue buff. The Seiken just manages to get the blue buff out of Schlarzen's face in the meantime. Unbreakable Will getting stolen yet again. And KC are slowly stacking themselves up around the Drake. Misfits are in the mountain numbers disadvantage this time, as Certus is still pushing the top side of the map, and Aggressive is trying to deal with the push on the mid, but Schlarzen maybe looking for a good angle. Doubtable teleport is still available, and it might come any second now. They do not know that Schlarzen isn't here, and Kabashard is going to run right into his face as the fight is about to escalate. Schlarton disengages from the fight. Certus is already here. Used okay. Blast Cone. Now KC are in the Dragon Pit. Will they take the fight? Yes, they will. Now Schlarton isn't there. The Pacific is getting propped, and now Schlarton is full in there. Dragon Kick, and here we go. The fight is about to escalate, and we see that it's going every possible flank here. Tagamas is getting picked up, and Seiken as well as KC are slowly being teared apart by Misfits. Nobody got killed. Nobody dies today for Misfits as they take the clean ace Infernal Soul in their hands and continue to push into the enemy base. And their base is getting pushed as well, actually, as minions are getting poured in.
Nobody dies for the Misfits today, but everybody dies for K-Corp today, and I have a feeling that everybody involves their base as well, because look at the speed with which Misfits Premier are taking everything that they see on that base. Will it include Tagamas as well? Apparently no, not really. They're leaving him with that. The Baron is actually up already, so that's a good opportunity to go and take it, and I feel like they are going exactly for it, and if they take that Baron now, we might just see one final push.
We might indeed. Misfits are at the top of their game at this point yet again, taking KC on the clean ace after that beautiful team fight around the Dragon Pit, and this fight around the Baron Pit that's about to happen might be the decisive one.
If it happens, it absolutely will, because that is the final clash that the both teams will have. Whoever takes the advantage and the Baron right now can easily go and finish the game.
Matty might be in trouble, flashes away immediately, but not getting picked just yet. Syncroft and Tagama scatter the weak onto Tagamas. Tagamas flashes away from the unleashed power, but still gets chunked out quite a bit. And that's a call for Misfits. Baron, it's your time to die.
Oh yes, but K-Corp are already coming here. They will try to stop that Baron. They will try to kill Misfits on the spot.
Seiken has the teleport, and there is a ward right in the Baron Pit. Nobody uses it, still there. It's dead, and now the fight escalates. Cabochard getting caught in there. Seiken gets running in, but aggressive with the Guardian Angel. He is one-man army, and a very tough person to get around. The fight continues to get there, as the first man to fall is Tagamas. Cabochard trying to get in for the kill. Seiken now into the back line, but not going to get anybody just yet. He is dead. Syncroft manages to get Jack Troll, but that's a double kill for him, and the 6 Matty has to run as quickly as he can. Teleport from Aggressivo. It's the final push. Chains of Corruption going to get Schlarton down, but he will run him down eventually despite all the slows. He knows where to look for you, Xmati. The horror is here as Lee Sin gonna take him off, and the base of KC slowly crumbling apart and being taken down. Xmati cannot go back. He cannot help his teammates. He will be maybe taken down by the tower. Yes, he will be executed, but Cabochard and Kagamas, they try to defend the base, but they're not able to do so. The first Nexus turret is about to fall. A second Nexus turret is about to fall as they face the World Ender as Misfits take KC to the match point.
Oh yes, and that is yet another beautiful win that we just witnessed. And now we have 2-1. Misfits Premier are starting to win this one. And I really wonder what's gonna happen next.
The dream is alive for Misfits. Can they defeat their arch nemesis that they couldn't defeat in the previous split? Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to find out, as the next game is going to be match point in this best of 5 series. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's match point. Misfits with 2 and KC with 1. One more win for Misfits, and they will take the LFL championship, and we are in the ban phase already.
Oh yes, let's see. I'm very excited for this game. Everybody is excited. The tension is just as high as it has never been before, because yes, this might just be the final game that we see today. The first bans to come in are pretty normal, but we're going very, very slowly through the ban phase this time, because it's very important to cut out as much potential for the enemy team as possible. Lee Sin gets banned, which means we will not see those amazing kicks that we have been witnessing for the last 2 games, and the crowd seems to enjoy whatever is happening a lot.
But Misfits do have the first pick advantage, so they might just go and take Viego for themselves. Diana is getting banned, so that's pretty much of a usual set of bans for KC, and they're going to take Varus away, and I'm betting this is going to be Viego, just right out of the gate.
Viego or Aphelios? Most probably Viego, but I'm thinking Aphelios is open at this point, so someone will probably try to take him. Oh, and that's gonna be Thresh, because he's not banned! Yes! Jack Troll!
Here comes Viego, though.
Yeah. He absolutely does. And here comes Aphelios. Will Xmati be able to repeat what Woolite did with his Aphelios? Will he be able to...
What will Woolite play, though? Are we gonna see Spring Season Kai'Sa?
That would be interesting. Will it be Ezreal? Just to answer this.
Could be, yes.
And he has Thresh, so that could be a very, very, very nice pick. Oh, is it gonna be Jinx? Yes! Oh, yes! That's Jinx for Woolite! Oh, this is amazing! I've missed this champion a lot, to be honest.
And it seems to be like a good call into Aphelios with a lot of movement speed, with a lot of ways to try to escape whatever KC might have on their hands. But something that interests me, what is going to be the jungle for... Okay, we're going to, with Jace for Aggressivo, a little bit of a change of pacing in terms of drafts. Now KC need to think about how to go with drafts as well.
They might want to lock a good mid lane for themselves. A first nice pick, because nothing has been banned for them that they could have taken. And they're taking LeBlanc into their hands. Oh, they're very serious with their picks this time.
They are taking everything. It's a personal vendetta, ladies.
Oh, yes. They are seriously going to win this one.
I'm wondering, what do you ban, though?
Yeah.
Right now, there's possibilities. Well, Syndra is one of the most obvious, of course, because of Certus' opportunity. I think that Orianna would be a good ban as well for KC, not letting any more team compositional champions for Misfits, as Misfits gonna take away the top laners for KC. Wukong, of course, something that can shut down Jace quite heavily, and I'm also thinking Na or maybe Renekton.
Or Atro.
Not sure about that. Lissandra actually getting picked off as well.
Interesting choice, but that still leaves Misfits with Orianna available.
It's a pretty much one of the counter picks against LeBlanc, I would say, especially with the amount of control that she's able to produce, and with the Frost Tomb and things like that. So it makes quite sense. Camille also getting away from KC, so there's not a lot of options still left for top. Still considering Gnar to be an opportunity to go with.
Mundo could be, but he wouldn't feel as good against Jace, and that's gonna be Nautilus for Aphelios. An obvious, but still a very good choice.
A lot of damage, a lot of fight potential on the first and second level, as he has an opportunity to hook and stun, well, root you right out of the gate, so it might be a kill. Twisted Fate for Certus. Another heavy roaming champion here.
They're going to be present everywhere on the map. Yes, he
something
got
that KC was struggling to answer Misfits with.
Okay, really?
Trundle.
Really?
That actually makes a lot of sense. It's a good duelist against Viego. And just if you look at it just from the way it seems like Misfits, they are winning this draft because they have Thresh in their hands. They have something to play around Aphelios at the time of the laning phase. They have Twisted Fate, who will be able to have a lot of presence on the map already with everything that he has, with the Destiny and with the teleport combining. And then there is Jace who can provide a lot of poke. And yes, okay, Killer Croc is going to join. But I just feel like Misfits have so much potential in their hands right now.
Yes, they just have much more playstyle opportunities in their hands right now, because K-Corp are a little bit stuck around Seiken, around Kabushart's Engage, around trying to use X-Body as the ultimate solid damage
Hyper
dealer.
carry.
Yes, that's the word, thank you. While Misfits Premier just have a lot of opportunities, and that is actually playing very much in favor of them, because we know that they are brilliant in changing their strategy on the fly. So whatever is happening on the map, whatever K-Corp whatever trick they decide to pull out of their sleeve, Misfits Premier have all the opportunities to answer them quite successfully.
And I just feel like with such team composition, KC might not be able to have such good immediate answers as with that amount of teleports, 3 teleports on the team of Misfits. It's just way too much for the presence around the map. And with Trondle, who's able to travel across the map so quickly.
And Twisted Fate, excuse me.
That's the 3rd teleport I've been talking about.
Yes.
Well, Destiny.
Okay. In this sense. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Okay, then the Jinx. The moment she takes a tower on the bot lane, she just runs towards the mid lane or wherever the action is happening, for example. And what do you do about it? What do? You
prepare yourself.
You have Seiken doing the jumpy, but that's pretty much it.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to welcome you. In the match points, Misfits against KC is the dream real, and they will get the raid boss down. We are about to find out, and I welcome you on the Summoner's Rift.
Oh yes, will we meet here once again tonight, or is it going to be our last date, us and you viewers? I am curious to find out, but we are about to.
And it seems like no cheesy strats for this such of an important game for any of the teams. You just don't want to try and mess it up. Not this time. It's way too important.
Exactly. No, you don't want to go with the cheesy tactics. You either want to try and farm, or you want to go for a very quick end of the game, like as soon as possible. That's something that Misfits Premier have been pulling off previously. And I think K-Corp actually as well. Okay, speaking about cheesy tactics.
Okay. Schlatten and Aggressive are going on to Syncroft. They will spot him in the bush. And what they will do is they will just go ahead for the buff. Take it as fast as they can. And it seems like Kabushard just says, okay, fine. So does Syncroft. They both say, okay, fine, take it. And just walk away.
Okay, enjoy our buff. We would not like to see you here again. Bye. Yes, but that means that that Syncroft will be taking his way down onto the bot side of Misfits Premier's side of the map, because
right
he
after
would like
he
to try.
Finishes his blue, he should be. But what if Trondle goes there as well?
Yes, so we might see a clash in the jungle. That's something I'm kind of hoping
And
for.
Trondle is pathing himself down, as you can see.
Oh, he decides to go
In the
for an early
meantime,
gank
Jack Troll
instead.
might be in trouble. They hit level 2, now they can fight. But there's a lot of things happening already. Heal is not going to be that effective because Jack Troll has to flash away almost immediately. Woolite in a bit of trouble, but nothing is about to happen just yet.
Oh.
Just Sentinel takes Matty, but he gets immediately cleansed. And the gank is relatively an okay flash hook, but answer with a flash from Woolite just immediately. You can feel the tension.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, and now we have Sagan moving towards the bot side of the map, but Schlatten is already here too. He is ready for the action, and action is going to happen on the bot side.
Hawk getting onto Jack Troll, and that's a death sentence as well. Here comes the teleporter. Gammas might be in a bit of a trouble. That's a first blood. Here comes Certus with the gold card onto Xmatty, despite the flash is being used. Certus now the one getting oppressed just a little bit. There's a lot of damage coming onto him. him, but he manages to get away into safety. Schlatten is still full HP. He can walk as the meatball. Here comes Saken, tries to get some damage on to Trundle. He manages to do so, but he comes Certus with the flash and a golden card. Saken a little bit of trouble. He has his flash available for him just still. Syncroft now with the flash, not with the flash, but with the stun rather. Jackdrop misses with the death sentence, and those little jiggly things are going to stop Saken from going anywhere further into the fight.
Oh yes, but can you stop Misfits from going further into the fight and your base? Because that's already the first blood for them, and that was quite a successful first blood. But the tension is here. There is a lot of it, and the pace is very high actually as well. Cabochard is going to check on Schlatten, but not going to do anything except for putting the ward. And we might be back to the laning phase, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a nice and calm and pleasant
Okay, here we go.
phase.
Syncroft Tagama's already here. Here comes another teleport from Misfits and another teleport from KC as well. Certus is still alive. Saken might be the one in trouble. Everybody is here and everybody's fighting. Aggressor is already there, but here comes Death Sentence onto Cabochard. Cabochard is going to get picked up as well. Warlight picks up the kill, and now it's just a straight-on brawl. Everybody against everybody.
Exactly, but Misfits is still in the lead, and it really looks like they are going for a quick win. Is it going to be a... No, the Drake is not on the map yet. What am I even talking about? But that's going to be an Infernal Drake in 10 seconds. Something very, very juicy, to be honest, for both teams. Especially for Misfits, if they are really going to... with the all-in strategy, because it pretty much seems so now. They have a lot to lose, but they have so much to win that they are not afraid to take the risk.
Yes, absolutely, yes. And I'm already starting to slowly shake because it's so tenseful out here. You can just feel how both of the teams are trying to do as much as they can, but Misfits are now taking a little bit of a lead. But now it's not. It might not be the case anymore. Here comes Satan and Syncroft on to Borges. Cabochard with the offensive already, but here comes Trundle to take the numbers advantage at least a little bit down. The Gromp is getting started by Syncroft. Saken is here. Certus is not yet here. So that means that Schlatten is in a numbers disadvantage as he will see his side of the jungle taken from him, at least a little.
But Certis is going to reply to whatever is happening on the top side of the map by going to the bot side, and it looks like Tagamas and XYD are getting stuck here a little bit.
That's the gold card, still nothing getting used, and it seems like Misfits, they understand that it's way too much of a risky situation, and they're not going to force it in.
No, Certus will return to the mid lane, but the Drake is up and waiting for a brave warrior to come and take him. I just wonder when this trigger will be pulled.
It's a very good question as well. Both of the junglers are slowly pathing themselves up top. Cabochard going onto the oppressive, has the dominus available for himself as well, slice and dicing his way around here. Now it's level 6 for Destiny, but it's the Forsaken, and now it's level 6 for Certus. He has the Destiny, the gold card is pulled, almost, not yet. No, it's going to be the blue one. And Jack Troll fishing for a good death sentence. He's going on to Saken, but not finding himself. It's hard to catch LeBlanc. But here comes Tagamas with the hook of his own. Maybe going to connect, maybe not. Nobody's about to start it just yet. And both of the teams are getting more and more pressure around this Drake.
Oh yes, but you can clearly see why, but there is a lot of pressure on the mid lane right now. I wish we could see a little bit more of it. Thank you very much, our dear French colleagues. But no fights are happening yet, but everybody's on the edge of just jumping into whatever is happening. Okay. Yes, no, still nothing. Trigamas and Jack Troll just keep looking at each other in the jungle. It's rather interesting.
Well, I mean, he's a Nautilus, he's a Thresh, the Spark, the Fire, ignites, things like that. Seems to be the case of they're going to take the blue as well. And I think it might be even a level up for Schlatten. Yes, it is. Now he has the Subjugate also available for him. Not a level advantage over Syncroft, but rather of a level even.
Oh yes.
Both.
Oh yes, and now I think they're going to start the Drake already because that is right about the time, and it's a perfect opportunity for Misfits to secure that first Drake, which is exactly what they are doing. Okay, Aggressivo might be caught here because Syncroft is looking for a nice opportunity to go in. He's standing on the red word, so Aggressivo is not aware that anybody's there, but he's very...
Oh, Super Mega Death Rocket. Maybe gonna find somebody, or is it finding no? Oh! Found Cabochard. Maybe that was a opportunity, or an opportunity, but a attempt to try and steal the Herald. But it wasn't started by KC. Not just yet. They're playing in slow game. Certus getting with a little bit of an exchange. Okay, Syncroft now onto Aggressive. Cabochard propping the Dominus, flashes in to try to take the kill. Aggressive might be actually caught in here, but he gets with the damage. Not just enough, but here comes Schlatzen. Maybe for the cleanup, but not just enough, as KC are going to walk away with the kill and maybe even with the Herald.
Quite possibly. That's a good opportunity to go and take it, but I have a feeling that Misfits Premier might be around to stop it because Jack Troll is already on the top side of the map. Schlaran is here as well. Good opportunity to establish some vision dominance and maybe even just take the Herald for good.
3 minutes and 40 seconds until the Cloud Drake is going to get spawned, so that's a lot of time until this new trajectory is going to be there. So Misfits decide to pull the trigger on that Herald, despite the fact that they're being spotted on the Scuttle. Viego is still a long way from the base. So Gamas and Xmatia here, so is Saken. Woolite now joins the fight as well. Here comes Poke from Jace. Saken is here, yes indeed, but here comes Destiny from Twisted Fate as well, and the Herald being taken. Is the fight going to begin? This is biggest question. No, it won't. Misfits will be happy with what they've got and will get away from the fight.
Absolutely, they should be happy. They have actually a nice gold difference already. That's 1,000, a little bit more even than 1,000 in their pocket. And they keep feeling very confident on the map in general. You can see their presence is really, really...
strong.
Yes, maybe that's the word. Thank you.
I'm a presence, I'm a strong in this particular situation.
I wanted to say that the enemy team can feel their presence on all the sides of the map all the time, but I cannot find the good word for it. Maybe I never will.
That's
sad.
Depressing.
Yeah, but let's continue.
But let's get back to the game. Yes, indeed. Thank you for that little depression note. We are 1,500 gold deficit for KC. Depression note. They are losing in terms of dragons. Depression.
No. Wait, but Misfits Premier are winning in terms of dragons. Not
positive note. And the fight may be about to start right here. Schlatzen gets caught, but a good Lancer is about to save him. Positive note, and Xmati might be caught in here. Depression note, but he gets away. Positive death sentence. I'm not gonna find anybody just yet.
That was very, very, very close for Xmati, but he gets to leave another day or another few minutes depending on what is going to happen right now, because K-Corp are looking to engage right now. They have Syncroft with them. They feel pretty confident, but Schlaran is here too, and he has the ultimate, and he's ready to use it.
Got a little bit stuck in here. Here comes death sentence and the box onto two Gammas, but there's a lot of damage coming onto Jackdaw, so that's a exchange of supports, but in the meantime, Syncroft is dying. He's not able to withstand the amount of damage. Schlatzen tanking the turret just a little bit for Woolite, as he almost have taken down Xmati. Xmati has to flash away, and Super Mega Death Rocket is not available for him. Positive notes for Xmati, as the dragon is about to pop up in just 1 minute.
And positive note for Woolite, he is taking 2 turret plates for himself. That's a nice addition to his pocket. Yes, the dragon is spawning soon. Sagan trying to... That's quite some damage actually on Certus, but there is again some tension on the mid lane because both teams will move towards the dragon afterwards, and there's a Kraken Slayer already available for Woolite for Jinx. That's gonna be very, very useful against Cabochard and against the Gammas a little bit.
That is indeed so. 28 seconds until the Drake is about to spawn. Schlatten is ready to slowly path himself up, not up, but down,
Yeah.
as Twisted Fate he will have his destiny to get back into the fight whenever and wherever he's needed, taking the Everfrost, meaning there will be even more control on the side of Misfits. Here
Oh
comes the
yeah.
teleport on the mid lane, and it feels like the trigger might be pulled here by KC as they're looking for the flanker play, but somebody will get caught here eventually. Will be Tagamas. He will be controlled and killed just immediately. Double teleport coming in here. Kabashat is going to join the fight, but so will Aggressivo. Now that's 5-on-2. It's a numbers disadvantage for KC. They have to step back just a little bit more. Turret plating is about to fall soon, but maybe somebody's going to take just a little bit more of those turret plates. The Herald will be spawned as well, and the Death Sentence going on to Synchrof. He has to flash away, but he will not be saved by the flash, and the turret will fall with Synchrof as Misfits are establishing the lead. Super Mega Death Rocket finding Seiken. That's a double kill for him, as there's going to be a second pass. A hook onto Schlarzen will be connected, but Tagamas has to go gold in order not to die. Kabashot not able to find anybody, even with the aggressive flash forwards, and Misfits are just taking Casey apart here.
Oh yes, they are taking everything that they see. I am telling you, they are just going straight for the win, and they absolutely do not care what K-Corp might think about it. Tagamas might be mispositioned yet again, but no.
That's a very good Uber here from Jack Troll.
Oh yeah, Jack Troll serving his ADCs yet again. Beautiful.
I'm gonna leave a very, very big tip for that long-range trip.
Oh yes. Yes, absolutely. I love this.
That's a positive note for Jack Shaw.
But a very, very depression note for K-Corp, unfortunately. The goal difference is massive. It is almost 6,000 actually. I will not see it anymore because we have a replay of the beautiful fight, and it's going to be worth witnessing it yet again, because unfortunately Tagambas was absolutely mispositioned in that bush right there. There was a good teleport from Cabochard, but he was not able to follow up because there was another teleport coming in from Aggressivo, so the number advantage was not anymore in favor of K-Corp. And then here just Jack Troll just serving the whole team, to be honest, with those hooks. Just, hey, hello, I just caught you a snack, take this snack, be healthy, take the kills. That is my favorite moment, probably. Absolutely. That Super Mega Death Rocket just finishing whatever has been started earlier.
Beautifully executed by Misfits, and they do not even stop here. They almost take down Tagamas as he has to go golden in order not to die, as another turret falls in the meantime at the bot lane.
They almost take Tagamas down for the second time in the same fight, which is rather sad.
Oh, yeah, that's actually true. The stopwatch saved him from being killed second time.
Oh, that was close.
It was an Uber. Mick again serving itself beautifully. The turret is getting destroyed in the mid lane, and another turret is about to fall down here at the top lane as well, as Misfits making their way. Yes, Seiken is pushing bot, but it's going to be the fourth turret that Misfits will obtain, and even the Heralds as well, as they are just snowballing the game as all the lights for KC are starting to fade out.
Absolutely, all of them, to be honest.
Fade away. Not fade.
Yeah, probably. I'm not the one to correct you, to be honest, at this moment anymore. I've lost my ability to speak. But yes, for K-Corp, that doesn't really look like the game has left much chances for them to do anything at all. That is just now picked a mythic item for Seiken. That's a good item, but might be a little bit too late to change anything, because as much as LeBlanc is a one-shot queen, there is just not enough opportunities for him to jump in, and whenever he manages to, there are so many good disengage and catchy tools available on Misfits Premier side that it's very hard to fish for good moments, and I don't feel like successfully fishing for them will do much difference for KC at this moment.
They have 1 minute and 50 seconds until the next Drake is going to spawn. A Mountain Drake is going to be extremely helpful, and the Mountain Soul would be even more helpful for them. So that's at least something they can try to look for and try to fight for. But will they be able to live long enough to fight for us? That's the biggest question. As we might have another fight here at the bot side of the map. Certus with the gold guard onto Sagan, but here comes Syncroft with a little bit of a help of his own. The stun will not find anybody, as here comes Herald, spawned at the bot side of the map, and the bot tower might fall just now. Sagan gets got with another gold card. Super Mega Death Rocket. Sagan's still alive, and the fight continues in there, but he will be got there eventually. That's a double kill for Jinx. Certus gets with the Destiny onto Xmati. Goes golden, not yet dead. Warlight is here to try and help him. Heartbreaker will not find a lot of targets. Another kill for Warlight as he continues his reign of horror and terror, taking down the enemy tower and taking down the enemy inhibitor. Well, maybe not.
Almost taking down the enemy inhibitor. Well, they decided there was enough. We have 30 seconds before the next Drake is going to spawn. I'm sorry. The team is going to recall now and be back for it. And then we have less than a minute before the Baron is up. And if Misfits pick up that Baron, they just go in and finish everything. The path is absolutely clear for them right now. It has been cleared already, so they can just go and take whatever is, by that point, rightfully theirs.
The KC's defense are slowly but surely crumbling apart. They have no more turrets to stand between the inhibitor at the bot side of the map, and Misfits are feeling comfortable being present at the enemy's base. So it seems like one last push might be the game changer and the game sealer at this point. The Mountain Drake will be taken by Misfits as they turn their attention maybe to Baron.
Looks like we have just 7 seconds before it spawns. The Copa Hill ready.
In the meantime, Jackstraw getting caught, being catched by Tagamas. Double teleport coming into the fight. Syncroft is dead in the meantime. That's not exactly the best of the exchange. Tagamas has to run for his life. In the meantime, Sharton is in the fight. That's a double kill for Warlight as he continues on the Resender and have a Cabochard trying to heal himself up, but the Killer Croc is going to be hunted down. That's a Baron now for Team Misfits as they continue to just demolish KC.
Absolutely, and I feel like they're going to finish this demolition pretty soon because they are taking the Baron. There is absolutely nobody to stop them at that moment. Look at the damage!
14,000 damage!
Light, what the hell are you? Are you even a human at this point anymore? I am not sure. I am absolutely not sure. I'm not in a good position to give any clear answer to that, but that is impressive. Excuse me?
It's pretty much everything. Like, I mean, I don't want to face that Jinx. She's 805, 186 CS. She has 700 gold for her head, and it didn't. The Uber taxi didn't work this time. No tips for you, Jack Joe, this time around. But they have the Baron power play in hand. 2 minutes for them to do anything, whatever they please, and it seems to be exactly the case. Aggressivo slowly pushing the minion wave towards the bot side, and maybe into another hog onto Jack Joe, but here comes Slutton this time around. The answer, it doesn't matter anymore. KC cannot do anything. They're just getting slowly picked apart. They have to run for their lives. Cabochard flashes away, but he will be chased down eventually. A lot of damage gone to him. The cone will get him down, and Misfits looking to seal this best of 5 series as they take the Nexus turrets. They take the Nexus, and they win LFL Championship 2021 Summer Edition of it!
They absolutely do, Polska Gurum! Congratulations, Misfits! That was beautiful! That was a pleasure to see, that was a pleasure to cast, that was just a total, absolute, total pleasure.
I don't know what to say. The king is dead.
Long
All
live
hail
the
the
king!
all long live the king. Yes, thank you for this correction. Misfits finally have managed to bring down the arch nemesis. They have taken down KC, and they have won LFL Championship 2021 Summer Playoffs. Congratulations! It was an absolute pleasure to cast. That is absolutely indeed true. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. My name is Broman. I was joined here by Solari. And thank you and goodbye.